Welcome to ToV Live! It is Valhalla time! Welcome everybody tonight. Hey Sarge, hey Undeadpick, how you guys doing tonight? Lovely to see ya. How about we get started? A lot of update stuff. I mean, we had that big interview last weekend with Chris, and so we got a lot of things to catch up on, a lot of things to talk about. And I gotta find the way to get us up on the screen here. Where is that thing? Ah, there we are. Hello everybody. Welcome tonight. I am Ryan, Tales of Valhalla. I got Joe Crazy above me. Got Jeremy over there on the other side. The Elysium Collite. I got Jason by my side here, Rock Robotics. And we have a guest on the panel with us tonight. Austin, Tabletop Bro. Austin, so happy for you to be on board with us tonight. Why don't you give a little introduction to yourself for people who may not know, although you probably already do, but just talk about yourself for a second, what you do, what YouTube channel to go to, and stuff like that.
Well, I'm happy to be here, TOV. I'm glad your people reached out to my people. Just kidding, he shot me a DM. Yeah, so I make videos about... well, for what you guys would be interested in, I do make Heroscape videos. I also make videos about role-playing games that aren't Dungeons and Dragons. Every time someone from the Heroscape sphere is like, yeah, your D&D videos are kind of cool, I'm just like, yeah, and your Warhammer fandom is fantastic. And they're like, I don't like Warhammer, I like Heroscape. I'm like, exactly. But yeah, you can go to Tabletop Bro on YouTube in case you don't know me. My goal is to make the most entertaining Heroscape videos on the internet, and yeah,
you might have some
that's my excuse.
You might have some competition here.
If people are like, if people are like, you don't know anything about anything, I'm like, I never claimed to be smart. I just try to be entertaining.
That's the fact.
Awesome. Well, welcome on board tonight. Glad to have you.
Is it too early to flex?
Go ahead.
Okay, so the only reason why I'm like being so bodacious about this is because it's amazing. So I interviewed Chris and Pat 2 weeks ago, and in the interview, my second most popular video on my channel is my What Killed Heroscape video, where I outline why Heroscape died 12 years ago, did an analysis on it, and by I did an analysis on it, I meant I read a bunch of people's analysis on it, and I put it all together.
Hey, that worked.
Into a video form. And Patrick was actually saying that the team had watched that video, and they were like, this is a really good analysis, and they put the pieces together, and it was actually used as a basis for their release of the Heroscape revival and their plans for distribution and stuff like that. Nice. So I don't know how I continued the interview. Just talking about it right now, my head's in the clouds. But yeah, that's my claim to fame.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. It shows that no matter what we do, we make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And that they're paying attention.
They're paying attention. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
They're watching our stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's always been one of the biggest green flags for me throughout this whole process is that they are doing their best to pay attention. They're trying to listen to the community as much as they possibly can within the limits that they have, and to produce and make something that we'll be about as happy with as we possibly can be. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
The fact that they're in the Discord every day, I think, responding to people constantly, it's incredible. Like, you don't see that, and they acknowledge it. They're like, yeah, you do not see that.
Right.
I can't think of any other dev team that does that like consistently as much as they do. You probably 100%. Get like a once in a month visitation from a dev team, if they're very specific in Discord. But no, this is like pretty much every workday they're online and saying hi and answering questions. So they care about us.
They really do. Like, a lot of people in the comments are like, this is just a cash grab. It's like, okay, from Hasbro, like as a whole, from Hasbro, 100%, but from Avalon Hill, those guys care.
Like, there's a separation there.
Yeah,
separation.
Absolutely. Now tonight we got quite a bit of stuff to cover, like I already said, and it's stuff that y'all probably already know, but we're gonna rehash it anyways because, well, that's what we do here. And what we're going to first start off with is just kind of like a revamping of the website. Or actually, no, not that. First, the video, the gameplay video that dropped. How long ago was that? It's
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been like 2 weeks.
Last Friday?
Like 2 Fridays.
Like not this past Friday, but the Friday before that, I believe.
I think so.
Yep.
Let me just hear.
While I was at work, I was like in the middle of my shift and it dropped, and I like tried to like skirt away in the corner and like watch a little bit of it, and not get in trouble. But
and I got a little screenshot here, actually, or not really a screenshot, but I'm just showing it. And like I said, for those of you who are watching this on the audio podcast version, you're not going to be able to see this. But if you go to the Tales of Valhalla YouTube channel, there'll be a link in the description below. If you have not seen this video yet, I recommend you go see it. You got Craig, you got Chris, you got Patrick in here, basically playing a round of Age of Annihilation and going through the rules, the gameplay, everything that basically people want to know about the game and want to see gameplay. Here you go, and here's stats. Here's new miniatures and new characters, and definitely go see it. And anything else you guys want to say?
Patrick losing
About the
Patrick
losing?
That was
Bless his heart.
very badly.
did him dirty, man. They did him dirty.
And in
Yeah,
the
he got
event,
tore up.
in the event that you don't know who Craig, Chris, and Patrick are, I'm sure you guys have gone over this plenty of times, but it's a new show. Someone might be watching for the first time. Craig is the OG designer of Heroscape. Chris is the lead designer of Avalon Hill. And Patrick is the head of marketing at Avalon Hill. They're all great dudes, and Patrick sucks at Heroscape.
That is gonna burn his shoulder when he listens to this in the morning.
I told it to him to his face. It's all good. He knows.
And yeah, I just want to, real quick, before we continue talking about the video, I just want to mention a couple people in the comments. Let's see here, Undamp Pick. Just said, I made it in time, thought it was going to be late. Well, you're just in time, my friend. Let's see here. Sarge says, people miss the difference between Hasbro and Avalon Hill all the time, and it drives a lot of us nuts. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, absolutely. But, yeah, welcome everybody who's commenting on the chat. Feel free to comment. I will try to get to the comments on the live chat as soon as I possibly can. But if you got any questions or, any comments, feel free to ask or tell them, and we will address them. Anyway, anything else about this video, guys, before we move on?
It's so hard to look at that now and be like, look at this, look at that, because like now we've gotten so many more cards out released,
right?
To Ugalant. But man, I want to play with Queen Maladrix and her honor guard so bad.
That's my team.
I want that.
As soon as
so
I
bad.
saw them and just the concept art, I'm like, I knew it. Those are it.
Yeah.
That
you know what I ended up buying as a result of that video?
What'd you end up buying?
I ended up buying Alistair Mactor. Because there's champion bonding, right? The Bears bond with champions, and he's a champion. Yeah, and I was like, man, I need the Highlanders. I need to get the Highlanders.
Are you also a Clockwork boy?
I want to try them out. I want to try them all out. So I'm like, I'm still like, feeling around. But to be fair, if I was to pick a faction just by preference alone, I'm a pirate. I just gotta. I'm sorry.
I don't hate that pick, honestly.
I've been a pirate fan for years, and I was like, yo, pirates. So.
So here's a question, and I'm ever so slightly derailing your format, and I'm sorry, but what's everyone's, if you were to power rank the 5 factions, what's everyone's power ranking?
Oh, Lord. This is on you guys. I'm too busy thinking about the format of this podcast. So
no, you're good. You're good.
You've got hosting duties. You're fine.
Pirates are going to be great because they already have we got 2 of their cards so far, so not a lot, but they're looking pretty good. I think the whole crew with captain format is going to be really interesting because you're going to be able to change that up, especially in the drafts, right? That's the big thing, is the draft, because you got somebody's going to counter draft you at some point, so you're going to be able to counter draft for oh, I can't pick this crew, I got to pick this crew. That's what I'm looking forward to, is being able to switch it up based on what my opponent's going to be playing. The Clockwork Combine's got some pretty interesting moves. I think they seem to. It sounds like they're very, very mobile, like they get across the board super fast and they're in your opponent's face like super quick. So if you like that speed play, like anyone that's a fan of the Vipers knows how fast you can get across the board with them. I feel like the Clockwork is like that answer to that question. I don't know about the Dryans yet. I haven't seen the Dryans in play, but I feel like they're gonna be with all the what we got.
They look
two
so
cards
wicked.
The beasts,
oh
the beast
gosh.
bonding. That's got me like I'm really attentive to that because that's going to be playing a lot of people are going to probably try to combine the orcs with them. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about swag riders and stuff like that with that. But I don't know. Like I want to say so far. Ugh. dry maybe in between like the Dryans, Clockworks, and then maybe Pirates. That ranking, then we'll see how. We'll see what the Ironclad does because we haven't seen any of them in play yet. So I got to put them last for now until we get some more information. And then
I don't hate that rating.
Yeah, the bugs are interesting. I want to see more bug play too because Maladrix is great, but if she's down, then that's it. You know what I mean? Like your queen's all you got. So
Joe, what's your power ranking?
It's I was just gonna say when it came to some of these, we didn't get to see Alberdine use. Because he got
first round.
But a 5 attack, 8 life with crushing blow, which is essentially chomp, is insane. Bonds is insane. So that will do massive damage. So that I want to see more play of. And I'm looking at the Pirates again. I don't really see any like abilities that make them work with each other because there's pirates and captains, but I haven't seen any synergies between them. They're all pretty much just unique heroes.
Yeah, so the way it's gonna work, and they kind of like teased this like early. Like I want to say like maybe the first week they said the captain squad. So this is or the pirate squad is gonna be the dreadnoughts, the silver scimitar, and then the Sundering Sea guys.
Right.
Those 3 groups will have an ability that it's called Captain's Way, and so they pick someone to be their captain for the length of the entire game, kind of like Highland Fury, and then that's where the honor comes from. Yeah.
Okay.
And so you pick one of those three crews basically, and then pick your captain, and then kind of like fix it up with that. But I think the Morrow Pirates, the only one that's really mentioned. It says they roll less defense if they're getting attacked by pirates or captains if they're in Bachburn's presence. So
intimidate, yeah. Yeah, because intimidate would have been that's cool, but it would have been really cool if it just works for like with pirates, but also Morrow.
Right.
Like just so he can have an extra synergy.
Ditched the hive, He meant
I guess. We gotta. They tease they're gonna show us that story somehow in some way.
Something's changed with the
crossing fingers on that one.
Right.
Yeah, I'm holding out for the Ironclad a lot because the Hellforge has to be just an outer beast to be able to
heal everything,
eat and everything, and then also heal somehow, like.
I'm gonna hate him. I feel it.
And then the Lich Lord. Lich Lord's supposed to have some sort of ability where her toxins, like kind of like Chemoshi in a sense, like, kill things on its sides, but it kills, I think, everything. So it's kind of, you have to keep her separate from everything else, which is fine. You can work with that.
Right.
And then the Wraith Riders are just gonna be super fast, I imagine, and they can just probably like hit things as they go. So I'm praying for the Ironclad to be like at least number 2. Number 1, I'm hopeful for the Dryans.
Yeah.
Because I find it so fascinating that, and I hope it's the answer to Squadscape. Because they're all unique heroes that bond and hopefully can do all of them could do like multiple attacks. Because we haven't seen what the dragon does yet.
So, true. Oh, yeah. The dragon's Dryan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It's supposed to be this utterly worldly beast being manifested through the dragon. So if you're gonna give a story that big, that card's gonna be insane.
It's gotta smash.
Right. fight the Hulk. Like anything that can fight the Hulk. good.
Yeah, that's the playtest. That's actually all their playtesting is just placing
versus
can
the
it beat the Hulk. That's what all Heroscapers wanted to hear right now. They're playing against the Marvel characters.
Ah.
That's fun.
Now someone's gonna write on Discord, new Marvel miniatures confirmed, you know. Somehow.
Yeah.
Star Wars Scape confirmed.
Star Wars.
Hey, they were working on that. You know? There's always a chance.
Oh.
Always a chance.
Jason, what's your power ranking?
I really want number 1 to be the Clockwork Combine. They're my favorite, just because
Nice.
this whole angry furry creature thing is kind of not super common in miniature wargaming. I do have a bit of affinity to the bug races, but they're not. I'm a bit particular in how they work, so I don't know if I'm gonna like what I'm seeing so far. But I do like. If this is more options than it's the Queen, I might like the bug guys. Pirates, I do like the whole combining the captain and the crew to give you those unique options, unique abilities. The Ironclad, they're the ones I probably find the least visually appealing. So wherever they fall, that's super. I'm not whatever works is whatever. The Dryons are pretty cool too. I love some of the little critters running around. Those guys look awesome. And this is my crazy crackpot idea I would do if I designed the game. That dragon. What's like the current tournament is like usually 400 points, right? Is that kind of the average level for most tournaments?
Usually.
A 400-point dragon miniature that's competitive. That'd just be hilarious. That's like your ultimate Chad designer move. One miniature on the table, that's your art. Games have done that before, and they've broken the game doing that. It would be hilarious if they actually came out.
If it kills Maro stingers, I'll do it. That's all I need. I need something to kill stingers. Like, I'm so done with stingers. You don't even know.
Just flies across the board, does 3 attacks with his tail each turn, then eat somebody else.
It has to have a triple attack counter strike, and can also throw some kind of like flamethrower ability that just attacks. It's essentially like Deathwalker 9000's explosion.
Yeah.
Like you just need explosion, triple attack, and then a counter strike. I'm pretty sure you're all with that.
That's so broken. That would be amazing. ToV, what's your top 5? I know you're focused on, running the show.
Right.
I'm distracting you, but that's what I do.
No, it's fine. Let me I just want to say, for those of you who are watching this on like the ToV podcast via audio, you can go to YouTube channel. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, comment below what your picks would be, and also those are on the live chat right now. They're already given their comments, so I'm just going to read some of them real quick. Undead Pick says Clockwork Combine all the way. Bring on the steampunk rodents and bear knights. Let's see here. Deadeye Dan becomes viable again. PogChamp.
His whole purpose to kill the one dragon in one shot, whatever his ability has.
You lost your entire army's gone.
Undead Pick also says number 1 Clockwork Combine, number 2 Ironclad, number 3 Dawn Raiders, number 4 Dryan Lifeborn Order, number 5 Nemesis Warbrood. What's wrong with you, man? No, you're fine. Blast Shark in reference to 400-point figure. I killed Nilfheim with Deadeye. Or no, that's you, LSM. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's you, Jeremy. I'm sorry. Names and things and places. You're breaking my mind, people. God. Okay. No, not my number 1, just because I love it. And it's not just the gameplay; it's the animation, stop motion animation aspect of it. But Nemesis Warbrood would be my number 1. They just look awesome. Long live the Queen all the way. It's just that.
Of course, he comes at it from the perspective of an artist.
Yeah, filmmaker, filmmaker mind, because I suck at this game. No. Well, yes, I.
You and me both.
You beat some people at Escape Con, still count.
Yeah. I was 1 win out of 3 or more losses. So yeah, I got my, and hey,
you gotta win. You got a W. You got W's count.
I'll always say this. I did beat Mike OEAO, the organizer of the whole event. I did beat him in the one game I faced him, so that's my badge. That is my badge, and I'm happy.
So I grew up in an Ohio State household, and the philosophy of an Ohio State football fan is you can lose every game of the season, but if you at least beat Michigan, then it's okay. So, you beat the event organizer. Who cares if you lost every match?
I have an interesting perspective on this because I was born in Ohio, but when, at 18, I moved to Michigan near Detroit.
Oh, wow.
I lived there until I moved to Kentucky a few years ago. But I never was into college football too much, but I observed a lot of people into college football a lot. But I did live in Wisconsin, so Wisconsin Badgers all the way. Thank you very much. And go Pack, go.
Trash take
there you go.
Okay. Anyway, move on from this trash take.
Anyway, but none of this has to do with miniature wargaming. Let's get back on task, people. I think,
ball,
let's just say 2 and 3. I love furry little woodland creatures all the way, especially ones that have a dirigible plant and ATSTs walking around. The magi, those wizardry type dudes that control life and death. They just frighten me. They frighten me more than Nemesis Warbrood does. I think those would be my 3. All right, let's hear. Undead Pick says, I comment every week, but I despise Deadeye. Took out my Braxis and Spider-Man in consecutive rounds. Ouch. Almost swore off the game forever after that.
Terrifying.
Yeah. I think I should play Deadeye Dan more often. I need to relook at that card.
It's literally 2 numbers. It's 2 numbers, 19, 20. And for whatever reason, people are really successful with that. And it's an auto kill. It's basically what happened to Patrick with the honor guard. Everyone's like, man, that's so broken. It's like, no, Deadeye's already in the game, so it's not broken. We can have auto kills like that. It absolutely happens.
Yeah, the visual representation of the queen just implanting a seed of an insect thing inside. It's so alien that I love it. I just want to see that. Actually, I want to animate that type of explosion thing happening and just do it over and over and over. It would be a lovely. Can you imagine the wound tokens just coming out of a miniature, and then the miniature just starts falling apart, and then all of a sudden, from the wound tokens, then is this little insect guy?
I think Ryan works for Revna. Everybody, you're gonna have to watch him.
Ryan, who would you want to do it to the most?
Oh my gosh.
Good question. That's a great question.
That would take some time. It'd have to be, I want it to be something very, very emotional.
Oh no.
And now it's brainstorming future seasons.
Poor Henderson. No. Leave him out of this.
No. Henderson has another path. Henderson has another path.
Not Severus.
Maybe Johnny Shotgun Sullivan would be very dramatic. If I was thinking of someone.
Yeah.
Not Johnny.
This is just brainstorming.
Do it the Drake.
Oh,
I mean, you have to.
You want to give tears to people.
The iconic.
Or buy down franchise. The line. You introduce Alberdine and then just do it to him as an homage to that first video.
As an homage to the first war.
Yeah.
Oh my! Well,
poor bear.
Well, I mean, someday, very soon. Well, I'd say someday soon. This could be years from now, but there'll be live streams of us brainstorming future seasons of Tales of Valhalla. So, I mean, that will come, and then we'll talk about it and discuss it. We'll have roundtable councils for that.
That'll be utter chaos.
But
a round table on who dies in the story.
I mean, I already have my own ideas, and I'm pretty rigid about some of the things that I've already written synopsises for up to season 8.
Oh wow!
But
wow.
Nice.
Sorry if you count that as a swear word.
Huh?
I missed it.
I didn't hear anything.
I think we all missed it.
I gave you. I said GD. I don't know if
I
you
think
count that as a swear word.
I don't think the overlords are gonna kill me for that.
No.
AKA my
then I'll
wife.
repeat myself. God damn.
Okay. Undead Pick. Okay, I'm gonna catch up with YouTube or not YouTube comments. Twitch comments, because they're rolling out like crazy. Undead Pick says, I love Battle Ball when I keep on hearing this game. I love Battle Ball when I was younger and the miniatures were awesome. Blast says,
I'll keep it in the room next door if you want me to get it.
Nice.
I know. I want to play it, Jason.
God.
And
I've
why
had this
haven't
board game stuck in my head for
We've reviewed
years.
dozens and dozens of games over the years, Jason. How have we never reviewed this? Have played and reviewed this one?
I only picked it up from a garage sale like in the last maybe 6-7 years.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's drifting.
I
into
forgive
the-
you then. I forgive you then, because I know we stopped at 2010. So okay, I forgive you. All right. Our friendship is secure then.
Who said Battle Ball?
And Dan Pick.
I mentioned it because you were all talking football, and I said battle
Thank
ball.
you.
Yeah.
Dude, so I got this game when I was like 10 or something for like a Christmas present. Whatever. And I played it like several times with my friends, and then like when we moved, it was just I don't even know where it went. And like I always I would see the Warhammer football game all the time, and I'm like, what was that football game set in the near future with like the mech suits and like all that? And it drove me crazy.
Yeah.
And it's been driving me crazy for years. And this is like 5 years worth of just like.
Aren't you glad you came on with us? Huh?
I am.
Got you.
I'm glad your
appreciate
people, people contacted your people, and now you're here. So there you go.
And
The fun fact for those for Heroscape related purposes, a lot of people suggest that the Battle Ball models were actually repurposed for Heroscape, because if you look really closely to I think it's the Morrow Dividers, the Gladiatrons, they all have very similar poses to Battle Ball characters. And it's like very, very close.
Interesting.
I thought you were going to say because they all have shoulder pads. Because I'm going to say the Death Walker,
they share the same stances.
The Zetian guards have the same size shoulder pads.
Right.
Let's say
there's
inspired.
a suggestion.
There's inspiration.
Yeah.
It's just
Hasbro
been-
like reused the model, like kind of like the idea of the model, and then just kind of redesigned it based on the character.
Battle Ball is incredibly cheap on eBay.
Yeah.
Go get it before I do. Okay.
I might.
Okay, Blast Shark says, it just feels so bad to waste action economy on Deadeye Dan for a 10% chance, but it is really funny. When it happens, I'm sure, yes. Sarge says, you'll need more wound tokens. That's for me. Sarge, you have no idea how many wound tokens I have. I mean, everything's boxed up. Most everything's boxed up, but maybe someday I'll just do an animation of all the wound tokens I have. How about that? Okay, I'll write that down on my to-do list, and that'll be for you.
The flood of blood. Just call it flood of blood.
Just do a whole episode of that super gory, and then just like it's like a 5-minute video of like one guy just bleeding, and they just.
I got the gore sound effects, so that's fine. I use some of them at season 2.
You should do a spoof of what was it, the now I can't. That Monty Python with the Black Knight, but you use Sir Hawthorne, and then it's just a flesh wound. It's all the wound tokens just pouring.
there are going to be Holy Grail references near the end of season 3. That's coming. And again, for those of you who haven't watched it, Joe,
you
need to watch it closer.
I watched it.
Okay, you watched it. You're not laughing though. See, that's your problem. You get the humor, man.
Python, that's the thing.
This is filmmaking 101. Actually, maybe filmmaking 104, but no.
Nice.
Yeah. Comedy filmmaking 104. Okay. Undead Pick also says, right after he gets his job. Okay. Undead Pick says, the red team always wins, though. The ability to move all 3 running backs is super powerful. Sarge says, Sarge says, okay, yeah, Sarge said deal, so yeah, okay, Sarge. I actually, here, okay, you guys talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'm going to put this in my notes real quick, or I will forget because almost 40.
Gotcha.
And my wife says I'm too loud right now. Okay, hold on. No, guys, talk amongst yourselves, seriously, for like 2 minutes so I can type this down.
I got you.
Right.
So, what do y'all think about that quick shift? So, the card shift that happened midweek, we got 2 cards that were mixed up. They previewed Vorad Glide Strikers and Halotrot Corruptor Beasts before they realized, oh wait, those are wrong, and then they threw on the right ones. I actually
You're saying it was intentional.
I don't know. Like, I mean, they put the powers out and everything, and then switched it. So I saved that photo, and I still have the powers from the previous preview. And they look pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for both. Just like Valeric's army is going to be pretty sweet, I think. fielding both
Yeah.
Dryans and the Clockwork Combine. But I was tripping with the whole, what was it, Command of the Wild, because you reveal an order marker and you can take a turn with up to 2 small, medium, or large beasts you control. Right?
That's huge.
I ended up doing research. I was like, oh my gosh, how many beasts do we have in the game already? And so far, the ones they can move the he's gonna be able to move the Ice Troll, the Swag Riders. He unfortunately can't move the dragon. I was like, because Mimring's a beast. Yeah. Mimring's a beast, but he's huge, and I was like, dang it. I was like so close to moving to have Mimring bonding. Like that's gonna be nuts. But no, they cut us off there, and no, it's pretty cool. I want to say it's nice to see that they have bonding with older characters, but they're explaining it in the way that you don't need those old characters to succeed in the game. Like you can get the set and just play with the set, but for the classic scapers, those that have been in the game in the past, we can see how these characters can mesh with our classic characters, and I like that. I like that connection. So I've been doing a lot of like networking, aka trying to figure out which goes with which already, because I'm gonna try to see if I can get some playtests in, because I'm like these are pretty cool characters, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
So did they preview the wrong 2 cards? Like they showed 2
they did.
characters instead of 2 others, or so they weren't misprints or incorrect powers. Or
Right.
something.
Well,
And
I
this is
want
work
to
in
say those
progress,
powers
too.
should be, yeah.
I'm just waiting for the N Carmine comment that's like, it was a mistake. Winky face.
Yeah, because they posted the pictures, but it was the wrong pictures but they had different powers and different names and everything. So I'm like, these are really specific mistakes to make. I'm like,
In Carmine comment, like I said.
Yeah,
mistake.
Right? Mistake, question mark. I do like that they're no longer listing the full flying text on cards anymore. They previewed that they're going to just put the word, and then you got to read the rule book for the flying. But it's like everyone knows what flying does, right? At this point, at least. So I think that was a really good move.
New players are going to pick it up in like 5 seconds.
I mean, yeah, like that huge line of text. Then again, I am notorious for fudging up the rules. Because I keep forgetting that once you're in fly and you're unengaged, and you can just fly over everybody without being engaged, and I tend to always forget that.
Right. So they probably want you to read the rule book, like just have. Right.
I'd probably actually read the rule book, and the card just goes right over my head.
Or they could just put the rule book on the app, and
that too.
Like, quick reference.
No, exactly. That would make it very convenient.
Flying do,
Yeah.
Just look it up on the app.
And yeah, you just tap it and it just goes right to it. That's good
really
design. That's what they do in Crusader Kings 3.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys play video games, but
oh yeah,
I do, but I don't know what.
Never played it.
Oh, it's I don't want to derail too hard, but
this show's already off the rocks, so I mean, by all means.
Okay, so it's a grand strategy game by Paradox. It's kind of like Civ on steroids,
nice.
And based in reality, where you play a medieval dynasty. So, for example, you could play like I'm trying to think of a famous one, the Jimenez, who if you've ever played Age of Empires 2, which I hope everyone here has played Age of Empires 2, please. Don't let me down.
It's in my list.
Okay.
I know what it is. But
I have it.
I know what it is.
Okay.
I've been spent the past several years animating a stop motion
You just see he just turns off the camera and walks off.
Don't have time for video games.
But yeah, so you can play as and the whole, it's kind of like a dynasty simulator. So you don't play a country, you play like a dynasty, like the Valois dynasty, for example. Okay. And it's almost an RPG. It's like an RPG and a grand strategy game at the same time, because you have your ruler and your ruler's family and everyone attached to your dynasty, and they all have traits and stuff, and you can do individual actions. You can do assassinations and stuff like that. You can marry your sister and be like a Targaryen. It's great.
That's cool.
Nice.
Okay.
Not Spawn.
Anybody wants to go buy it? Go buy it. Go buy it. We're not getting paid by the company, but go ahead and do it. And
Yeah,
game
I could talk Paradox Grand Strategy games for days. But
yeah, well, it's
anyway.
not. Okay. Undead Pick
No, I
says-
won't. It's your. I'm trying to be respectful of your show, man. You were the one who told me.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let it be known.
Okay, Undamp Pick says Life of Brian is better than Holy Grail. Fight me. I'm sorry to say this. I've seen a lot of Life of Brian. I haven't seen the whole thing front and back. So you're probably right.
Can I just set the internet on fire and just cancel myself right now?
Like, will you get the Twitch stream shut down in the process?
So here's the thing. I watched Monty Python: The Holy Grail. Didn't think it was funny.
Oh.
And here's why. Because every single good joke from that movie has been told to me a million times throughout school.
That makes sense, though.
And so I'm watching the movie, and it's like I've heard all these jokes.
You already
before.
know it, yeah.
Yeah, even before I'd seen it. Yeah.
But okay, I'll put it this way. Undamp Pick. I use Monty Python jokes because Life of Brian jokes, they're very adult, and I try to keep everything kid friendly when it comes to ToV because I want it to be for the whole family. So I can make Holy Grail jokes less adult than I could with Life of Brian jokes. Okay. Now we really do need to get back on track here, people. As much as I'm sure this is probably be the most listened to podcast that we have, and I'll get to comments, but first. Let's go on, because we are only just on this first thing. We were just talking about the video. That's it. And let's move on now to the website, actually, to Hasbro Pulse website, because they've redone a lot of this stuff. And so I just want to do a quick glimpse of this. Here, let me bring this up. Where are we? Nope, not here.
Solid revamp.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's I even like, and this is probably going to be on the YouTube, the cover for the YouTube channel. Just the cover, for this, the colorized cover, is very, very nice. And here, let me shrink this a little bit.
Like, I want to get it framed. Like, it's quite incredible.
And then
and the thing it's going to be on the box too.
I didn't even notice the new cover. I've been so looking at because I love how they put everything that you're going to get in the box, that's the first photo, because it really shows that. I mean, it's incredible value. Sorry for shilling, but I mean, come on, we're all going to be shilling here. Like the value that you're getting.
That's what we're doing.
That's why we're on this show.
Here's the
value.
Here's the box cover right
incredible.
here. Here's the box cover.
Yeah, that box cover is amazing.
Yeah, no, it's I love the colorization of that. It is lovely. But yeah, this website. I mean, people are asking, okay, where's a rule book? They have a rule book that obviously it's not going to be the rule book that they're going to produce. That's one thing I don't.
I gotta be this white PDF file.
Yeah, it's like
here you go, everybody.
We're gonna give you.
Yeah, that's it.
You got Microsoft Word?
Yeah. Let me just get to download the file.
So it's like
making your own PDF.
You got your game kind. You got beta rules, so you get an idea. And Undead Pick says we all need to shill until this campaign is 8,000 backers. Yes.
You're right.
I want Evil Raylan. So
I'm actually going to be playing Heroscape tomorrow in my local game store.
Let's go.
Start the conversation. So I'm doing everything I can to get it out here.
So when it comes to this, and I even have a friend of mine who's not familiar with Heroscape too much, but he voices Drake Alexander in the show. He's like, so is the katana sword available as well? Everybody asks that question.
maybe they should try to see if they can get one. That would get more backers. You get a katana sword with your back.
Why
it's
not?
Bro, let's go.
Not? Yeah, let's do it.
We're all gonna be battling for the battle of all time, okay? That's a ticket into that battle arena.
It feels like
we get shipped out to Hasbro HQ to battle for the last copy.
Oh goodness!
Like I said, when you're watching this on YouTube,
I will fight everybody.
Below to go on just see, because I really, if you looked at this like a few weeks ago when they just released it, they've done a huge revamping. They give a lot more detail, a lot more pictures, showing a lot more pieces and what it's all about, a lot more information, build videos, like gameplay videos, as well as what is the tease, and I'll just where is it?
The app.
is another big thing that they showed and that they announced too. I don't have the announcement, but where is it? Come on. Or did
I think
pass
the app's up
While
at the top.
you're thinking, I'm looking at the GIF of building the map,
Yeah.
and that's so huge.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Like for new
don't see
players?
this. Okay. But yes, there's
No,
an app.
it's up at the top. It's very up.
It's
Okay,
right
there's
above
that.
the
So I
battle
missed
video.
it. So I missed it. Yeah, there it is. Companion app. All right, got it. Kaboom. So where you can build armies and design battlefields. Now, designing battlefields, that's huge.
Right.
Because, I mean, I don't know about you. Who does Virtual Escape?
I actually learned how to do it on Tabletop Simulator. I don't know if that counts.
Virtual Escape
Wow.
saved me
Okay.
so much time when it came to
sorry.
building sets for ToV, because I got to design everything in advance. So because you know how much time it takes to build those sets just for regular gameplay, and then if you want to do stop motion animation for these things, like I've had to do some of those sets off the fly, and it takes so much longer. But when you have like an idea on how to build, it's just so much better. So Virtual Escape has been a lifesaver and time saver when it comes to that. So if they have something that's going to be revamped and new and hopefully better, yes, absolutely worth it.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm working on a must-have video for that, because there's a lot of things that has to live up to, at least for me.
Right.
Because I hope too, when they say app, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but when you see app, I think automatically, oh, it's just for the iPhone. It's just for phone. Like I'm not building. I can build armies on a phone, but I'm not building a map on my phone. Like it need to be a way to. I assume I have to assume. I feel like, even though I don't like myself, you know what, but it's got to be on the computer too. It
100%.
can't just be just on my phone. You know, because they even said, like, I'm not going to go out and buy an iPad and have this big screen just so I can build the map properly.
Yeah.
But that logo for the app, though, is
Buy a
perfect.
tablet, Joe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Twitch chat says buy a tablet.
I have a Microsoft Surface that I use, and it's a both. It does both, but
All right, I'm looking. We'll get to comments about the website in a second. I'm gonna just catch up with Twitch comments here. Wait, let me get. All right. Blast Shark says the funniest thing about the page to me right now is that it still shows the figures mislabeled in centimeters instead of millimeters.
Yeah, it's still a work in progress too.
Ooh, those silly
Yeah.
geese.
And what else?
Well, they did say the Hasbro
Okay.
Pulse stuff. So everything Hasbro Pulse is run by a different team. They're not actually in charge of the website, right? So if everyone's been able to point out a lot of the stuff that's going on, wrong with
They're
the
trying
site,
to tell these.
website
website
they have to submit. Yeah, they have to submit
Jason
like
kinda
work
knows
orders,
a little
I
bit of
guess.
this, when it comes to web design,
things like that. Like, hey, poke, can you fix your website, please? And it takes some delay and whatever's going on with
We'll
the
put you in the
Hasbro Pulse.
queue.
Right.
As soon as we do GI Joe for
it's
50
basically like that.
millionth
Yeah,
time.
just like that.
Yeah.
They get all these projects and they're putting Heroscape on the back end, and it's like, guys, no, make your website, please. We're trying to back this thing. We need more info.
We need to look good, and here we have people pointing fingers at all these like less than a dozen people.
Definitely
in
not
Avalon Hill saying, it's your
Avalon
fault.
Hill's
It's your fault. That's
Definitely not
the way it
Avalon
is.
Hill's fault.
Anyway, Undead picks
They're
a
doing
sword
everything
tier
possible.
for 1,200 and add an iPad tier for 750. Yeah, do that. Why not? Let's just do that.
Get that 2 mil real quick.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. It's like $250, for a game that's been
Just
dead
here's
for like
the-
12 years and all these just well earned, very like just with all these miniatures. $250. Oh, let me think about it. $1,200 for a sword and $750 for an iPad. Bring it on.
Now we're talking. That's called value.
Yeah.
they could do a collaboration with Nerf and come out with a Nerf
And
katana
Apple?
sword.
Just message Apple headquarters, be like, hey, can we have an iPad tier?
I think of the most ridiculous collab that they could do.
Oh goodness.
That would just move tons of product.
What's
But
that?
like the collab with Nerf, that's
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, Bungie did it, so you know.
Yep.
Yeah, anything's. Oh no, dude, they should collab with Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would get a lot back.
Here we are.
Just get
We are to
skins.
Fortnite now.
I
mean, look, you could go.
Me and Jason, like our Fortnite was GoldenEye.
There's already Fortnite Nerf blasters. There's a whole line of them.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
there's Fortnite Nerf blasters, but is there Heroscape skins
Heroscape.
in Fortnite?
right. If you can hit the gritty with Sergeant Drake, I mean, I'd buy that.
Dude, I'm trying to hot drop Tilted Towers with Zed Nesbit. Like,
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. he's got his parachutes, the glider is the.
yeah.
It's his balloon. Yeah.
Now, with some of the Clockwork Companions, since they're like half the height, you get
Wait,
an advantage there,
Malatrix
'cause you
skin.
can hide behind
Yeah.
it easier in
Oh,
Fortnite,
no.
'cause you're like 3 feet.
They're like
behind.
pets. They
you
go
look
on the
so
back.
confused right now.
Jason, just.
Sorry.
when
Well,
you
let's
talk-
get back on track for.
I'm just saying, Jason, when you talk, try not to cover your mouth and point your mouth towards your microphone,
sorry.
please.
Fair enough.
Okay, thank
I
you.
promise your guys are on this monitor, microphone's over there, so I gotta remember to turn when I talk.
Oh dear me.
The full swivel.
Let's fix that.
My physical
first
therapist
one-
says that's good for you.
The,
So
the first world
Yeah.
problems we have. Okay. So, anything else? Any other comments about the website before we move on?
Yes.
I love it. But
yeah,
that's-
it's.
yeah.
I think, it would have been nice if it looked like this at launch, of course. But that was then. This is now. We can only think about now. I think. Yeah, it's
Present. Yeah.
it slaps.
I was gonna point out, and I hope and pray and think that the images they have of the terrain is what the 3D renders would probably look like on the app.
Oof, that would
I
be
hope
awesome.
so. Like I said, improve.
Actually, I have a thought. I think that they need they need to have the units like colorized, like painted. A lot of people complained about the neon like coloring and whatnot, and like Warhammer shows their units painted. Like
Like the advertisement, yeah.
yeah, like for the advertisement, like it needs to be painted. Like maybe have another window of this is what it looks like in the box, but like if I don't know about this and I'm like a stickler and I look at these like neon molds, like that doesn't excite me. Now if I see them painted, then that
Like,
starts to get me a
how
little.
they were at
it,
Gen
it
Con.
might
That was,
blind you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it won't excite you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
And then we'll just have the unpainted versus painted, discussion for the millionth time. If they
It
did
just
that,
keeps
but
You
going.
guys can do that. I'm done with that.
I'm
You
burnt
could
out
put
on
that. You could put that to new energy source. Could generate energies.
You
amount of
really
times
could.
throughout
Yeah,
it.
that solves the energy crisis right there.
Put that in a hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Do you like unpainted figures? It just keeps going.
Finally, my lights are on.
So we're about an hour into this podcast, and we're having a lot of fun.
All right, what do you want to move on to next? What's,
Yes.
what's the
I'm
next
not
one?
complaining. I'm honestly, I'm not complaining. It's fun.
Hey, dude, I'm a DM, so I get it. Like, well, let's go back to the prep.
Yeah.
What did I guys tell you before? What did I tell you guys before we started? Nothing. Okay. Now, the rule book. Now let's just. I don't know if there's anything you guys that stood out to you. I didn't read too much into this. I skimmed it.
I did.
Anything,
I read it.
Anything you guys want
course
to
you
point out with this rule book? Anything new and anything exciting?
New
that
glyphs.
Posted?
New
New
glyphs. They
glyphs?
They
Yeah.
mention all the glyph names and the different powers. Those are pretty cool.
Okay.
What
nice.
page is that on?
I want to say it's a little bit further down near the end. So scroll
Oh,
over to
yeah.
the ender area.
Let's see
Because
here.
glyphs are usually like one of the.
It's great.
final
There's a
pages.
lot of detail in this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't imagine anything. Oh, 21.
One.
I can't imagine anything being too different. Now, I know myself and Glenn think or was hoping for maybe like an additional new rule set to bring into to make us old scapers, give extra
Yeah, they-
challenge, like if it was like cover rules or something. And that still could be in the realm of possibility, but I really couldn't imagine them changing anything. So
That's great.
glyphs, I think, are the most new thing we could
That's
really be
nice.
looking at.
Yeah, glyph of Zenithrax. Oh my gosh, Zenithrax.
Yeah,
vines.
the Zenithrax vines
Oh,
are.
wow.
Yeah.
Which I assume is the ability, because usually the glyphs, if it's a single ability, that's, for example, they have the Thorian glyph, which is just Thorian speed. So I assume that these vines ability is one of the abilities that the dragon has.
They mentioned, I'm trying to remember when they mentioned it, Zenithrax having like the tail, like her tails go underground and like hit things that run away and stuff like that. So
is that what that reads? Can I read it out loud?
Go ahead.
Okay, Glyph of Zenithrax, vines. If a huge figure moves onto this glyph is immediately removed from the battlefield, and that figure may continue its movement. Figures standing on this glyph roll 1 fewer attack die and 2 fewer defense die. When a figure on a Zenithrax Vines glyph moves off of the glyph, roll 1 attack die. If you roll a skull, that figure takes 1 wound. Remove this figure from the battlefield after a figure moves off of it, or at the end of the round if a figure is standing on it. Oh, so it's more like it's a trap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Wait. Okay, now everybody do that again.
Huh.
Oh.
Oh. It wasn't as natural. It wasn't as natural.
Yeah, I didn't do it the second time because I'm not a hack.
Oof.
You're not kissing up good enough, Austin. All right. No,
No! Why did I get booted?
Glyph of Hawkland. That is a nice one. Removing up to 3 wound markers. Wow. Yeah. That.
The Yaldukia with the the
yeah,
disengage.
that's so broken. Although, I mean, I guess that'll make for a good, like, what's the term? I'm blanking. Not choke point, but, it'll make for more interesting maps if you put that in a location. Like, you're going to want to fight for that. And so that definitely will make maps more dynamic.
Right, and it looks
I think this is getting overlooked. I'm sorry, what did you say?
It's a temporary glyph,
An
so it
objective
looks like
point,
if you read the rules, you only can use it once and then it's gone.
And it's gone, yeah.
Still, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, it is.
I think.
Is. Oh, yeah.
I like the the glyph of Yadulkia.
Everyone gets disengaged. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
gonna be
nice.
insane.
That's huge, especially for a melee army. Like,
Oh,
Mhm.
come on.
bye. Just everyone
Yeah.
leaving.
Makes Gruts useless though, because they already have disengage.
That's their whole purpose. Their army. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, you gotta get there before your opponent.
Now. Because I haven't,
Yeah,
I
but
haven't seen
but
these yet.
Grimnak without disengage.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Honestly, all these new glyphs are like very interesting.
Yes.
Right.
I'd say
You can
so.
see it change the dynamic real easy.
Yeah, they definitely. I feel like not to poo-poo Craig, but I feel like they're taking glyphs more seriously this time around,
No, that's fine.
just because they're more interesting and more dynamic.
And there is 4 that they haven't released yet. Because they said there's going to be
glyph from the
10.
battlefield. You can. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna read these last 2 that I see. Glyph of Quillivan. Extra
Oh, wait, no,
movement.
they're there.
Choose any 3 of your figures. You may move each of the chosen figure up to 6 spaces. Wow.
That's huge.
Again,
Just launch your army across.
These
Yeah.
are just temporary. You only can use it once, apparently. But
That's
Wow.
still so broken.
yeah,
No, like the amount of games I've played where movement was such a big deal, and then if I got just a random extra movement opportunity, like that could change everything. So
and glyph of.
I mean, melee armies are so dependent on that. Like,
glyph removal. Who wouldn't want this? Remove any other glyph from the battlefield. Like to
goodbye,
have a glyph
goodbye.
that removes another glyph.
Glyph of
Get
wound.
Manic off.
Wanik is gone. Mitten Soul's gone.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
But I can't imagine. I don't think any of these. I mean, they might. Well, I'll have to ask Mike. For ScapeCon, would they use any of these moving
I mean,
forward?
they were using the others and a lot.
No,
of
I know, but I'm saying they weren't. They weren't using temporary glyphs.
Okay.
At all. So out of the permanent ones, I don't think they would use a trap. So Xanathrax would be out. They don't use the attack glyph. It's the unique attack glyph that they use.
And the what's it? The initiative bonus one. I saw that a lot.
Initiative bonus. Yeah, there's about 7. I don't know. Is it 5 or 7? I think I think it's 5 glyphs. I wrote it down somewhere because I have a separate bag with those specific glyphs in them. But I think the disengage one, I'd have to ask Mike and see if that's something that they would consider putting in the pool.
That would change the game so hard.
All
of a sudden you can just start moving out.
Temporary glyph tournament, or it's just temporary glyphs on the field. You know.
Yeah, that would be a really cool game mode.
Yeah, that would be a fun tournament. I mean, it'd probably be like just horrible things could happen to you, but you know. Yeah. Okay. Anything else about this rulebook before I move on to the cards?
Have we gone over stealth? The addition of stealth flying?
Nope.
That just caught my eye as I was looking. I just think it's neat. I mean,
you mean the addition?
Oh wait, is that not in the OG Heroscape? Am I being revealed as a fake fan?
Yeah.
No,
I didn't realize that was in the OG. I didn't realize that was in the
it is
Heroscape.
OG. So
burn yourself, man.
Shades.
Oh my
the
God.
shades have.
Yeah, I did
Cut
burn
it out.
myself.
Cut it out. Clip it.
Yeah. Oh no. I'll be straight up. Like
editing
since it came out, I have learned that I'm not nearly the fan that I thought I was. Like I thought I was a huge fan because out of my friend group, nobody knew about it. I was like, this game's great, but after being exposed to the greater online community, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm fake.
Thank you for that, Austin. Thank you.
Amazing.
That would.
Yeah, I didn't realize stealth flying was in the OG. Wait, when was it? It wasn't in Rise of the Valkyrie.
No, not in OG. The first character to technically have it was Taylor, but they never actually gave it the name stealth flying. They had to put it in errata because they put flying, but then he can leave engagements, and then that's when they realized it's a different type of power.
Is that kind of OP? Is that OP? Stealth flying.
See, but everyone hates Taylor. That's the thing. Everyone's like Taylor's too expensive. So with the stealth flying,
I'm gonna use the excuse that I'm poor and can't afford Taylor.
That's fair.
And my mom sold my collection when I moved off to college.
Oh, Mom.
Yeah, so I had to rebuy it all back.
Bless your heart.
Indeed.
The pain.
Blast.
Anyways,
says stealth fine should be called tailored fine.
Tailored fine. Yeah.
We'll just coin that right now, okay?
All right. Yeah, off the top of my head, Tailored and like Shades of Bleakwood, I know they have stealth fines.
Yeah, Phantom Knights,
That's what makes
sense. Einar Imperium.
Yeah. Also makes sense. It's like so basically the Night Haunt from Age of Sigmar, if anyone is familiar. That's for Twitch chat.
Nice.
I think Jason should know that, right, Jason? You understand that, right?
Familiar with them.
You big Night Haunt guy?
I don't play Age of Sigmar very much. I've only played it a handful of times. I'm the old Warhammer Fantasy Battles guy.
Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah. I was a lizardman back in the day. Never really got into this Seraphon thing, so...
It's mid. Anyways, sorry for derailing again.
No. That's actually more kind of like just taking a break and then going back on the track, you know. So
all right,
just a pit stop. So yeah, the engine needed a drink. Okay, if you know what I mean when it comes to Thomas the Tank Engine. I have a 4-year-old son. I watch it all the time. All right, now anything else when it comes to this rulebook? Like I said, and break it down. Undead Pick says it pretty good. Basic, advanced, and complex rules. Yeah, so it is a very nice breakdown, for sure.
I think the only other thing that caught my attention, they named one of the scenarios, the Plains of Menlinia, which is not in the OG game right now. So they're adding new zones essentially.
Well, we know there's going to be a new map. There's going to be a much bigger map.
Yeah.
Because they mentioned that the Age of Annihilation is taking place in Lower, so that's like center of Valhalla, the continent.
Actually, here, wait. I'm gonna take this off right now. I think Lower is right here. You guys see this? You guys can see this if you're watching this on YouTube or on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's right
there. It is
there.
So Age of Annihilation takes place in Lower,
where Jandar's faction lies, Jandar's army lies, is right here. I know my geography. Jandar's right here. And so Lower's right there. And where
Jandar's the arch Kyrie of Nashvalan.
Utgar's right here.
Oh, is he?
Utgar is Upper Bleakwood. He's a Bleakwood leader.
Yeah, Upper Bleakwood, but mainly over here too.
Because I think it was like he's from the Kyrian Mountains, So wherever the mountains are.
I did a lot of research on this. And wait, let's get our smiling mugs back here. Hold on. Where do we go? Where do we go? We're gone. We're missing. We're right here. All right.
Oh no. So Ular's totally from like Utengard, right? Definitely not where the Great Castle of Ular is, right?
Ular's from
I can show you that too.
Ekstrom.
I know, because on the map it says the Great Castle of Ular. I was just making a crappy joke.
Yeah, right there. He's in that
right. Oh, I got you. It's like the mark.
And for those, because we haven't seen the map in a while on ToV. Episode 7 was happening right here in the desert, Kremlin Desert. That's all desert wilderness right there. So, okay.
Einar's from Lindisfarne. Wow.
Yep, right there.
What an original name.
Yep.
Right? Yep. You know, not like that came from a reference anyway.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I didn't know I was going to be doing a geography lesson today, but you know that's lovely.
It works with the map.
Geography's great. I love geography.
Yeah, me too. All right. Anything else before we close this rulebook?
I think that
I think it's safe to say, download it, do some research. I mean, if you really don't know the game, definitely
it's a good reference.
Go ahead, check out the rules. You can start literally playing right away. Just use proxies. You know, you get game cards, use proxies.
There's 12 characters of Age of Annihilation you can try out right now.
Exactly.
But I want to say they added rules for scoring, because now they explain to you that you can do like partial points and stuff like that at the end of a game. That wasn't in the OG rulebook.
Oh, that's helpful.
They explained that. They talk about what to do with squads with extra wounds. So like with the 2 life squads, where you put your wound markers, which is gonna be at the bottom of the base of those characters.
Interesting.
You're gonna notch in some those tiny little those little like line wound markers you see in the set offering. They're supposed to notch at the bottom of the squads that take wounds. So that was mentioned in the rule book. And then what was the last thing I saw? The scoring, and then of course the flying rules. So if you want to reference flying, it's going to be in the rule book this time, not on the card. So just to reference.
I haven't seen it yet, but do they have anything for the walls or trees?
I want to say rules? Possibly, but I didn't see anything when I did a quick review, so I got to do a deeper read later on.
Yeah. I was looking at the bottom. I figured they'd be on the bottom.
How about we start talking about cards now?
Yeah.
So these release cards, and I believe I screenshotted the ones that are current. If they're not, I mean, stuff will change. This stuff probably will change in the future.
Everything's
this might not be
brainstorm.
This is not set in stone, but this is what we got so far. And you guys can I don't know if I want to go through all of these in detail. But I'm going to point out the one that interested me the most, and if you guys want to point out something that interested you, that's fine, but here, I'm going to bring this one up first. This is the Burrow Breakers. These are... And Sir Heroscape mentioned this in his video, so I'm kind of rehashing what he already said.
Drill Drive is going to be insane.
Yes, this Drill Drive special attack, I'm just like, OMG. Because, I mean, quite simply... They're going you're ignoring spaces. You're just going wherever you want to go and then hitting people along the way, and that type of attack. Let me just read this. Let me zoom this in a little bit. Hold on. Instead of moving and attacking normally with the Vorad Burrow Breaker, you may move the Burrow Breaker up to 5 spaces in a straight line. When moving with Drill Drive special attack, the Burrow Breaker may pass through figures and does not take the leaving engagement attacks from figures he passed through. After moving, roll attack dice once for all figures passed through that turn. Each figure rolls defense dice separately. Defending figures never have height advantage against Drill Drive special attack. Wow.
Yep.
It's a very new, unique ability, and I knew we were actually talking about this in previous podcasts when we saw these guys, that was we kind of knew that they were going to have some type of attack like this. We were brainstorming this already, and it's beautiful. This is another thing that I would look forward to animating, these guys drilling through the ground and then just hitting people along the way. you know, with their lovely, lovely drills, like furry woodland creatures. Oh yeah. So, yeah, I love this. This is really cool.
And just to mention that when they teased the art, the concept board that was released for the Burrow Breaker, that file was named 2OP for tournaments. So
I love that. Look at these insights.
We can understand what they were getting at. So that's
this like us
huge.
here for this podcast. It's I don't know who coined this, but apparently it's Valhalla Voltron. I think we form.
Oh, that was me.
Sunday. Okay, that's just you. Okay, that's just you, Jeremy. Yeah,
we're the Valhalla Voltron, yeah.
So is this guy basically the anti-common squad spam army? Because he can potentially, the good roll, take out an entire common squad in one turn if they're lined up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The way some of like the knights and guys just mass up.
65
it's just
points too.
Massacre.
Yeah.
Undyne Pick says best part of Barbreaker is he bonds with Frostcaw Paladins.
Because he's a champion. Yeah.
There you go.
And
Yep.
he's Volrac.
Right there, a champion. Mm-hmm.
That's
I
So
heard
right.
it.
he
Keep
blasts the hole through the enemy squads, and the other guys run in and start tearing away at him
Oh
or
my
something
gosh.
like what's left.
Frostclaw Paladins finished the work off or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to. There's a little bit of
That's
setup
so
there.
sick.
There's a little bit of setup there because
Yeah.
you can't. It's a straight line. You know, that's going to be really hard to get happen. But it's just something for the opponent to think about and be like, oh, are they not in a straight line? Are they not this way with that way? And
It's kind of
Good
like
more
for
about.
any hockey fans out there, you may be familiar with the Michigan play, which is where you put the puck on your stick and like basically throw it into the goal from behind the goal. And when that first, there was a very famous instance of it last season. People were like, "That's too OP. It needs to be banned." And it's like, if you are in a position where you can get Michigan, where you allow the guy enough time to get it up on his stick and then fling it around, you kind of deserve to be Michigan. And I think it's the same situation with this.
Right.
Where it's like, if you're gonna line up your common squad in a perfectly straight line, as you see the Frostclaw Paladins and the Burrow Breaker like roll up, like,
Just take
come
the
on,
hit,
bro,
take
like,
it. Take
yeah,
the hit. Yep.
take the L.
Yep.
that's a
So it-
really good metaphor. I like that.
It's not
Let yourself
necessarily
get
one
Michigan.
squad in a line, right? It's you've got your blob of common soldiers running up, where you potentially have 3 or 4 lines just because they're all bunched up together where 3 or 4 of them can get hit in one movement. So you really have to have them set up really weird to not have like 2 or 3 of them in a line that can get taken out in one attack.
Right.
I see what you're saying. I guess my counter argument to your counter argument is that if you see your opponents playing these two, like, you're gonna know that ahead of
Yes.
time, ideally, in an ideal
Right.
world.
Yeah. Hi Zay. Glad you could join us on Twitch stream. She says that is a classic case of skill issue.
Exactly.
Right.
You know who would fall prey to that? Intergalactic Patrick.
Ooh.
I'm just playing. Patrick's a total homie. I just like that. Patrick, if you're watching this, no beef. It's a bit.
Well, we're just gonna razz on him for a little while longer, probably.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, he's going down in history as
Call
losing
this
Knight Primus
podcast.
to
We make fun of
the
Patrick
honor
the whole time.
guard. So
All right. Any other cards that stood out to you guys?
I guess we kind of suspected this, but Dorum is a dwarf hero, so he does bond with the axe grinder.
Mhm.
So
Let me bring it up
for
here.
those that have axe grinders or have able to acquire those, you can. I think I did hear Sir Heroscape was talking about as well. It kind of helps out with the issue of their movement, because with charge, right, they already get a bonus they get an extra bonus to their movement of 4. So they're back up to 5, which is kind of normal for some squads. And then you got this guy with his chain axe, which is pretty rad. So
That's cool.
yeah, he can re-roll one die that did not roll a skull. So you automatically you get a re-roll, and that's a pretty good chance.
It's got a
so.
solid
Yeah.
life. It's got solid life.
He's pretty chunky, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we were talking about it earlier, but just the fact that they redesigned the cards after the community was like, no, and they switched the shape, like, that's pretty cool. You don't really see that
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. Well, and getting to the card debate, if we want to, like hop in that a second.
Hey, it's your show, man.
Redesigning the cards is that I mean, either way, it didn't matter to me very, very much. It really
me
didn't.
neither.
I know for a lot of people they're very upset about it, but I'm just like,
The
way,
fans are gonna make it their way anyway, you know.
I just care about the stats. Yeah, and that too. But I mean,
because Heroscapers, like, I know for a fact there's somebody that's done the regular card shape. I know I've seen people do the Arenascape version, so the Arena of the Planeswalkers, people that like that mode, they turned all the classic cards into that. So no matter what card was going to come out, I know there's going to be someone out there that's going to bump up Photoshop and then, you know, just change it the way they want. And so I don't know why there was such a huge problem in the beginning. Like, I didn't think that was necessary at all. But hey, the key point is that they put out a poll. Everyone voted for the classic shape, and they decided to change it to classic shape. So, you know,
I'll throw myself out there. I didn't.
You didn't vote?
I voted for what they designed.
I did.
You know, you could have gotten a mail-in ballot. You know that, right?
No, I voted.
Mail-in ballot. Oh
I
my
voted.
God.
I didn't vote.
Wait, are you gonna start talking about like fraud or something?
Oh no.
Like, they messed up the votes. It was wrong. Discord messed up. Discord.
Oh Lord. Oh boy.
How we go from Heroscape to that? Wow.
Hey, you bro. Hey,
he saw
man.
when the two were close.
Joe's fault.
The OG design was like ahead. He's like, stop the count. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, we're all good. We're good.
So on less divisive topics, how about Russia and Ukraine? I'm just kidding.
That's someone else's show. Okay.
Oh, 100%. So when I was in school and I had to do interviews with people, I would always, and I thought about doing this to Chris and Patrick, I would always be like, so I'm just gonna hit you with like a really like softball easy question to get us going, like no pressure. I'd be like, yeah, shoot. And I'd be like, so like what's your opinion on the, you know, Israeli-Palestine conflict? Like, do you think there's room in the world for a two-party state? Or like, and they'd be like, this is your easy question? I'm like, I'm just messing with you. Please don't answer that.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways.
Okay. Composure. Thank you, Undead Pick, for saving me. Okay, Undead Pick has a huge comment, so let me read this. When the cards were first announced, they had Glide Strikers stats on the Barrel Breaker card. If it stays the case, the Glide Strikers were listed as scouts. This makes me so happy. I love my hodgepodge army of Vipers, Mohicans, Mittens, and Water Mittens, and Zetacron, and now I can add
the Vinok Warlord.
Okay.
It appears I'm not the only fake fan on this show.
Hey, I never claimed that I'm so into playing these things. I just animate them. Okay.
I'm just cracking up.
mutiny.
Everybody's playing a little Cornelius
if we're
Breach
ribbing
today,
each other,
don't we?
it's all in love.
Yeah.
It's good.
The black card.
All right.
Let it be known, all poop given is jovial.
Oh, let's not get into poop, okay? Because I
can't say the actual phrase. I'm trying to keep it clean.
That's fair.
Because Austin, you don't know much of that about my backstory, so yeah, we could have a talk. Anyway, all right. So anyway, cards.
You said that so menacingly.
Oh no.
Danger.
It's all
If you
good.
think I've seen stuff, I've seen stuff. Okay, I've seen.
War never changes.
He's just grizzled, dude. I mean, that stop motion life, like the production quality on Tales of Valhalla is so high. Like, I don't doubt it, man. You work hard.
Now he's
So,
kissing up,
anyways.
but I like it. Okay.
Oh, I mean, it sucks. It's trash. I never watch.
No.
Whoa.
I
Gotta make sure people don't think I'm a shill.
You just see him get kicked out. Like, it just.
Yeah. Oh, that's so weird. Guys, I lost connection to the Discord call.
Somehow. I don't know where did he go.
Oh, that's so
my
strange.
gosh. No. But no, it's several years worth of hard work, and I mean, a lot of people know this already, but I have an illness called Crohn's disease, and I've had it since I was 11 years old, and I've had to fight through hospital stays, surgeries over the past several years, and still try and keep up with this. So it's the passion that keeps you going, and I might have something else to say about that as we close, but I mean that's basically the gist of it. Anyway, so
all right, confirmed. Ryan, aka Tales of Valhalla, certified legend. I couldn't do that, so kudos to you. Anyway.
Anyway, no, but it just goes to show. I mean, I tell people all the time, you know, if you want to do something, you know, legal, moral, ethical, do it, and just don't stop until you're done. And if you die, and leave skid marks. Okay. All right. So anyway, any other cards? Guys?
Mutiny. Cornelius Breach.
Yeah, Mutiny is gonna be fun. I feel like that's gonna be a really fun power to use.
Where is that? Do I have that?
I just find his character to be so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the pirates.
And is that Demator? That's a new coin name, right?
It's a new species to Vayland, yeah.
It's nice.
But he's also crafty, which is also a new personality. I don't think anyone else has crafty been before. But to be able to essentially have another captain in your ranks, that character dies, and then all the abilities are essentially the order markers go.
The crazy thing is, like, it doesn't even have to be death. Like, you could choose at any point in the game.
If they get a wound,
It's if they get a wound or they die. So if you're like, oh, this captain ain't working out. Bam.
Oh my god, that feels like Starscream. Like that would seem like something he would do. Be like, oh, Megatron's wounded. I'm the leader now. I'm the leader. Actually, yes, follow me.
I can so totally see that with this character, with just the way he looks.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
Oh my god. All right.
But like, he has 5 life, right? So imagine if like you probably want to, like, strategically, right? You would probably want to wait to call mutiny until he's about to die, or like, you know, like, you're close to death, two life left or something, and then you're just like, I'm captain now, you know, look at me, I'm the captain now. And then his life just goes all the way back up the top, and you're like, what? No, like,
that's crazy, dude.
It's gonna be so fun to see this in game. I'm so excited.
I want to see Patrick play
it. Cornelius Breach dies before he can mutiny.
It continues.
I'm sorry, Patrick.
I'm sorry, Patrick. This is all. I appreciate you.
It's all for the ha-has.
Okay.
It's all for the memes.
All the memes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. And there's actually, you know, one of these days we have to do a live stream on the memes, because I want to get in communication with some people that are making memes and be like, just throw at me memes, and then we'll do a podcast about that.
Heroscape meme review. Oh, that would be a good episode.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if someone wants to do a Patrick meme, that'll be on here. Yes, absolutely.
Oh my god, they're gonna if they don't start today, if they haven't started already, start today.
Right.
Whenever you listen to this, sometime.
Yeah. The
next few days of this being released, for sure. All right, cool. Any other cards that stand out to you guys? I mean, obviously, the War Brood. I mean, I would say yes, but like I said, the Bar Breakers just seemed a lot more interesting. But definitely, War Brood is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's still missing 2 more members. You're waiting for. We still haven't seen Thyraxis and the Oathbound, so we're still waiting on those. But I think last thing I would want to mention is just kind of that card switch that went on. Like earlier, we were talking about it. We did get to see a preview of the Void Glide Strikers and Halichot Corruptor Beast before they switched them out for the Bury Breaker and Sign of the Wild.
Oh, you have.
So if you have the OG, the previous preview, we can check out those
wait
powers.
A second. I think it's in. Wait. Just give me a moment. Talk amongst yourselves.
I gotcha.
Unnamed pick. Yeah, I have your stream up. I'm reading chat. What up? You are right. Patrick will win ScapeCon. I hope he does.
I hope he goes to ScapeCon and we just watch him just dev. He's just like. It's one of those like
he's got his anime training
training arcs. Yeah, you hear Eye of the Tiger in the distance, and he's just playing Heroscape every day, nonstop.
We are literally making content for you right now. This is all the marketing you need, Patrick.
Right. You just see him like it's just like frames of him like sweating as he's trying to figure out how to play the Mario properly or whatever. And
there's like a montage of like him with the dice and he's like rolling it, and it's like instead of like Rocky like doing the punch bag, he's like
play Eye of the Tiger and we're set. Okay.
Oh goodness.
And, okay, if someone
now we all want Patrick to win ScapeCon.
Right, we do.
It's like
this is the new meta.
Now hashtag We are for Patrick.
Patrick
needs
will
to
win.
Start circulating, yeah. Patrick for the
Even
win.
better if he wins with Knight Primus Aldebaran.
Or vote Patrick.
The bear
Vote
returns.
A full redemption. Oh,
Patrick.
it's beautiful.
Vote Patrick.
He just
Hashtag.
shows
Get
off
ready.
all the
You got to include that
Annihilation
storyline in Tales of Valhalla.
What's that?
Somehow.
Which one?
The bear comes back. You're like, how?
No, the Patrick redemption arc.
Yeah.
I don't know how you'd include it, but
Let me try and get him to be a voice actor for ToV in the future. Then we can.
Nice.
do something.
oh, I'm sure he's not busy at all right now.
No, absolutely not. Pfft, come on. You know. No, I'm not going to get into that right now. Okay. I just thought something like, no. That's going to be a whole huge conversation. I don't have that card, Jeremy. I'm sorry.
No, I can pull a. I mean, if you want me to read it off, because I have it up
Yeah,
right
go ahead
now.
and read.
but-
Just go ahead and read it off. That's fine. So
Yeah. So the Hallochop preview, we got 3 powers. It was a Staff of the Long Hand special attack, right? Which is a range of 6, and then so the wizard gets a range attack of 6 and an attack of 2, and it says you can use the special attack before or after a normal attack, which that's never happened before. You've
Yeah.
never been able to do both normal and special attack in one turn, so that's going to be pretty crazy. Because you think about it, special attacks break, like they don't follow traditional meta. Like you can't minus powers or anything. Like that's a straight attack 2 after every attack you do, no matter what. Then I mentioned Command of the Wild. You get to take a turn with up to 2 small, medium, or large beasts you control before you take a turn with, or when you reveal the order marker. Calm the Beast. When attacked by a beast figure, so that's all beasts in the game, right? When attacked by a beast figure with a normal or special attack, Hallochop rolls 2 additional defense die. So that means if Mimring uses Fireline special attack on Hallochop rolls 2 extra defense against it. And then he has flying. So like he's a pretty good wizard. I'm a little.
What was his point value? Did it show that?
Yeah, 125.
Oh.
Yeah.
As the Gen Z kids say, shit.
Yeah. So Hallochop's gonna be real fun, I think.
Oh my god.
Yep. And then for the Glide Strikers, so we got Glider Landing, which was actually hinted in the ScapeCon, or not ScapeCon. Oh my gosh, so many cons. PulseCon, the PulseCon preview. When you reveal an order marker, you place a Glide Striker on the field. So it's like updated Airborne Elite. Instead of having to roll for them, it's every time you activate an order marker. But it does say it says you can place one that hasn't been destroyed on an empty space. Cannot place figure adjacent to other figures, other glyphs, and they cannot move normally on their first turn. So basically, every time you activate, they go flying in. But it says that's the thing. You can place it on an empty space anywhere on the map, right? So Glide Strike, if you're struggling at some point, your forces are dwindling. Boom, there's a Glide Striker. Boom, there's a Glide Striker. So just keep them.
Especially
coming.
if you're playing on a map with glyphs, like that's huge.
Right,
You just
flying
boom, Glide Strike.
right nearby. It says not adjacent to glyphs, but one space away from a glyph is still pretty freaking close. So you're right there.
You do the if you have like the extra movement glyph on, you're like getting
right. You
beat
just
down
boom,
a little bit.
there you go.
Glide Strike, game over.
And then it says evasive 1. When a forward Glide Striker rolls defense die against an attacking figure who's not adjacent, add 1 defense die. So it's a little kind of like a modified Phantom Knight there. Not a big bonus, but yeah, if anyone shoots at them, they get a bonus defense. So pretty cool. So yeah, no, those were the powers that were teased because they're like, oops, we messed up, and then they took them off the website, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, okay,
But-
Chris. I see Chris.
It was a very specific mistake,
Yeah, wow.
Oops.
To be
I
know.
fair, they
Yeah.
probably have all the stats in a giant Photoshop file, and they clicked on the picture of one layer for the characters and the stats layer for a different one.
right.
So it may have happened. That can happen
I
pretty
could see
easily
it. I mean,
with these
especially if they have different teams running stuff. Like, with the website being ran by a completely different team, it's probably really hard to kind of oh, here you go. Hey, take this. And then they're like, oh, wait, we got to fix that.
So I
Trying to
could
get that.
totally see that, but I think it's more entertaining to say that.
Say that was a hint on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta blame him when we can, So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Give him credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Undamp
so-
Pick is saying that. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Ooh.
Yeah, Undamp Pick is saying that the Vinoc Warrior, so the Vinoc Warlord gives extra movement to the Glide Strikers because they're scouts.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
That's huge.
It's nice for these to be compatible with
Yep.
with the OG Hero.
they said they were going to do it. Like people are like, what do you mean backwards compatibility? And we are now getting a preview of what they meant by that. Literally, a lot, like most of these characters can bond or work with previous characters like super easy. So it's not required, right? So like if you don't have the old characters, you can still play Age of Annihilation by itself. But if you do have the old characters, you can definitely start building some pretty cool armies.
I don't think it's necessarily broken if you do have the. Well, okay, never mind. Some examples are probably broken, but it's
yeah, man, you just leave it to the Heroscapers. They're gonna find something.
yeah, they'll
crazy.
figure it out.
They'll figure it out. I believe in that.
What were the stats in the Void Gliders? What are they? What are they? Glide Strikers. What was the stats in their attack?
So they actually they covered that up. So we only got the basic stats for them. So
Okay,
they're still
so
working
that
out
just
the heavy. Yeah.
So, I know, Jason, if I remember correctly, like that just kind of like not to poo-poo your theory, but that moves the needle in the direction of intentional leak.
Maybe depends on how the PSD file's set up.
Right.
That's true.
I can
For
bring
sure.
up the Kaladesia PSD files you want to see. They're all over the place in the way the layers can be set up. So
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Talking to
The
web designer
formatting.
right here. He knows.
Yeah. It's almost like this guy does this for a living.
Whoa.
EmpireUnderSiege.com for your copy of Legends of Kaladesia, the tabletop-based combat miniatures game.
Shameless self-promotion which is fine.
Like it. I like it.
All right, and it is a good game, by the way. But the cards, like I said, all the stuff. Go to Hasbro Pulse. You can see this stuff. Download it. Take a look at it yourself, because there's way more cards than what we just mentioned that we could cover in this already hour and a half of podcast that we have going here. Now, let's see. I'm gonna get what's next. I'm gonna show. Wait, what am I missing? Oh, okay. First, I do want to mention, say something here. Undamp Pick says, "I love the Return of the King meme with Aragon shouting for Craig Van Ness before charging the enemy horde." Yeah, I thought that was cute too. Yes, for sure. And then I think what we're going to talk about here, I'm going to show, like, again, this poster here, just this colorized version of what's going to be the box art is just lovely. Gives a lot of depth. It really does give a lot of depth.
Yeah.
To the creatures, and a lot of people are like, this is how.
Any input? Any input from our resident graphic designer?
Who's a graphic designer?
I'm not really much of a graphic designer. I just.
Well, you had the Photoshop.
Yeah.
I mean,
Web design is a little bit
nice
different
looking piece
than
of
graphic
artwork.
design.
Sorry.
I saw they
Graphic
moved
design
they
is like,
moved
oh my
Cornelius. That was funny to me because a lot of people saw Cornelius next to what's the Mind Whisperer Marjcott, and everyone's like, "Wait, is Cornelius a good guy or a bad guy?" And there was so much discussion about that, and so in this new painting, he's on the other side
Right
with the
there.
bugs,
Yeah, I see that.
and I'm like, I feel like they did that on purpose because they're like, okay, he's bad, guys, come on, he's bad, like he's an Utgar character, he's bad.
Yeah.
They purposely moved him over.
Well, maybe he was mind whispered.
He's shouting, "I'm the captain
Hey,
now."
you know what? No, that's awesome though. I love that switch. That was really funny to me.
Yeah. No, that's lovely.
I wonder how much like effort that took them.
Oh yeah, no, whoever's painting this was like, they got so much graphic work.
I think they have a lot of different combinations with all those characters
sure.
in
It's-
different
it-
spots.
It's
Probably.
layers on top of layers for those types of images.
Yeah.
like different drafts and stuff, and then they
Right.
pick one and debate them.
So if it's anything, it's just like, oh, we want to see Halucia up here, and we want to see, Cornelius here, and it's like, all right, just swap that, lift it all up, back and forth, and then.
Yep.
It's lovely.
So what's next on the list?
What's next? Oh, well. before we get into YouTube comments, we're gonna talk crests because we did have someone do some graphic design actually on these, and we have them right here of what we know about the Valkyrie generals so far, including Thormund, which is like a book in flames. And well, that's one thing I want to talk too about. The voice actor who plays Thormund, name Voldemort, and on his YouTube channel, and he did this whole, and a link will be in the description below for that too. I don't have it where I can pull it up, but that was something that he just downloaded. What, it was just been a few days, I think.
They released that. I want to say it was either Thursday or Friday.
Right, stink ton of lore in there. I've listened to it.
And so I think, and Carmen mentioned in Discord, Voldemort is going to be the voice actor for Thormund indefinitely.
Right.
So we're looking at so this is probably I had the theory that this is going to be the new format for Thormund's journals, because if you listen really closely to the video, he's talking as if he's the journals were right, but it's in the video format now. So I'm thinking they're going to use Voldemort's going to be releasing Thormund journal entries via his video series, which is going to be super sick to see. I'm excited to hear it.
One thing I thought about that whole lore video that came to my mind, that if I were a character in Heroscape, if I were a Heroscape character, if I'm one of these warriors, I wouldn't like Thormund very much. He actually comes across as someone who, instead of pacifist, is now someone who wants to kill everybody.
Yeah, he wants to beat everyone up.
It's just him. He wants to wipe out everybody because he thinks everybody is the problem. I'm just like, I'm not sure if I like that very much, actually. I mean, it's a great character development, but
it makes a lot of sense too, because his homeland got destroyed. So his entire village, his hometown, got razed to the ground by Utkar. So he witnessed that. He doesn't know what happened to his family. We still don't know what happened to his family. They're just they're MIA this entire time, and I think he was relying on Jandar to end the war. He wanted Jandar to end the war, but the war has not ended. It's still going on. So he's like, you know what? Shoot, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it. I'll kill you all and end the war myself.
Any Attack on Titan viewers here?
I've watched the first season. I still got to catch up.
Spoilers, but he's Eren Yeager.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it's the memes have been so prevalent. I think everyone knows, but that's literally
trying to end the war by being the
Chris is a Attack on Titan fan confirmed.
Nice.
Drop
so is Age of Annihilation gonna be
that's literally the plot
and blowing up everything? Is that why it's Age of Annihilation?
Yeah, exactly. Because he's just gonna.
I asked Chris directly last week. I'm like, what is Annihilation? What does that mean? He didn't give me a direct answer. He kind of skipped over that part.
That's amazing.
Thormund finds a way to kill everything.
And I wasn't going to press the issue, but I'm just like, okay, we're not going to know yet. But
Thormund, okay.
I'm interested to see, because there's no miniature associated with his crest yet. So what is he going to have?
Ryan, what isn't on your list?
He's planning basically to summon something that's going to oppose these 5 factions right now, because he was talking about it, so.
I'm sorry. Okay, I just want to say, Undead Pick is saying, Ryan, what isn't on your list? I have a lot, again, animated this show for 7 years. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on my list. Game, film, movies, and I still intake a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of stuff. I intake a lot of stuff, but
consumer before producer.
And plus,
that is what
I'm married with a 4-year-old. Yeah, okay, it takes a lot of time. But yeah, there is a long list. All right. Anyway, these crests are, it's kind of cool that these are brought together. And the cool thing is, let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The visual appeal, because
there'll be more.
I want to say there's this ongoing debate, and I'm not trying to diss anybody in the community. I promise, right? I promise this is not a personal issue, but there's this ongoing debate about some color wheel that I keep seeing. Everyone's like, the colors used to match, but now they don't anymore. And I'm like, what the heck does that even mean? Like, I don't understand that, right? And they keep going on about it. They're like, the color wheel no longer matches. I'm like, what color wheel? What are you talking about? We look at this, right? We're looking at these crests, and they visually look like they complement each other, right? There's this like wide spectrum of colors and ideals and aesthetics, right? But now there's a couple of people I've seen talk about it, like how they don't match or something. I'm just like, I don't understand where y'all getting that information from, because I'm like, it was basically
what does it even mean?
Right,
Well,
exactly. I was like, what do you mean by color? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Right. I think it was when Aquila dropped, right, with her yellow primary color is yellow. Everyone's like, okay, she matches. But then Valkyrie dropped, and they're like, he doesn't match. And I'm like, I don't understand what that means. Like, it was just this ongoing debate that I was like, come on, give me a reference of anything.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I've never seen that. That's
there's a whole it's on the forums. I've seen it talked about before in the Discord. Someone brought it up in the Discord, and I was like, y'all, please explain to me what the color wheel means, because I like the crests and I like different colors. Maybe, I don't know, but
I wonder. I'm gonna try to pull it up on my phone again. I wonder what they're talking about is how they match with others. Like, for example, like you had red and blue,
right?
Which is they're both primary colors.
And
then
like
they're also they're alliances. So, because we know the lore and the colors, so I wonder if there is. I mean, obviously, red is bad, good. Blue is good, but then you have. Red and blue make green, but is that alliance make any sense?
Red and blue make purple.
Purple, and there's that night alliance. I don't think.
No, you're good. You're good.
I just speak.
All good.
But yeah. So like, what does that alliance mean? And like, I wonder if they're talking about how the color is if the color is mixed and what alliance that means, and if
right. And that's why I've always been confused about that subject, but I keep seeing it all the time pop up, and I was just like, I don't know, seeing the crest all together just now, like, I like the way that looks. Visually, to me, that looks very, like, everything's pairing nicely.
Yeah.
But it also makes sense given, like, the alliances and whatnot. I was trying to find the photo that you shared, Ryan, but I can't find it. But, like, if you look at it... Oh, yes, please. So I can, not know what I'm talking about, but like if you look at it, like everything's grouped, like you see, and this may be reading way too into this, but my minor was in English, so that's what I do. But like, so you've got, like on the bottom you got the Jandar logo, you got the Ular logo that are right next to each other. Then you've got Einar, who's kind of neutral in between the Utgar and Jandar logos,
right? And
then you've got like the Aquila logo in between the Ular and Utgar logo, or the Valkyrie logos. And it's like, to me, that's kind of like just that positioning on that is almost like representative of each general and like their disposition and whatnot. Thank you, Ryan. So now I know what I'm talking about. And then, in the middle, you've got Thorman, who's just like, you guys all suck, and I want to murk you all. At the bottom, and then at the bottom, you've got Volorak, who's just kind of seems more Jandar Ular aligned, but just kind of doing their own thing. And then, you got Vidar in the other corner, who's just super neutral, but like also seems more, maybe not Valkyrie, but Aquila aligned. I don't know. That's just me looking way too into that.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I think that it does do a good separation between who's more evil, tricky, good. However you define it in these. Yeah, I think it's a nice little frame.
It just looks really nice, all next to each other. It does. Really cool symbol.
Is there enough here for the D&D like chart of like new? What do you place in
what the alignment
D&D?
chart?
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe once we get more information on Revna and Valeric, I will see if we can do something.
It's Revna, not Valkyrie. My bad. But
no, you're good.
Yeah, no, totally, easily. I mean, kind of.
They definitely have very specific alignments. All the characters do, so
yeah,
I can see it.
That'd be a fun.
If an alignment chart hasn't been made of the generals yet, someone get on that.
Right. Yeah. We had 3 waves of Dungeons and Dragons. Come on.
And the color wheel thing for a moment. if you bring up an RGB color wheel, the original 6 generals, their colors were equally spread out along the wheel. So you'd have
that's probably what they were talking about then,
Jandar, whatever, it goes around, so now you have these other ones.
This is the analysis.
Right.
They don't quite spread out.
Also, if you just want to get even just continuing on that spectrum, like you've got, Ular, who's green, is in between Aquila and Jandar, who is blue and yellow, and unlike what Joe said, blue and yellow make green. I'm just messing with you. And then, Einar is between Utgar and Jandar, and blue and red make purple, and then, you get what I'm saying. But
see, and that's the thing, because Einar used to be evil. Like, he joined Utgar in the beginning, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But I would argue something. Blue and red do not make purple. They make an evil Raylan.
Oh, hey, nice.
That was the smoothest segue. Is that a segue? If that's a segue,
That's
then
a segue, I guess. I don't know
this
what to
guy.
watch, but I just had it in my head.
It would have been a great segue if we had an Raylan
card to talk
thing
about.
to talk about. Yeah.
I wonder if that would make everyone just buy more copies if we just got a card for her.
Drop the stretch goal, stretch goal cards, and then we get the stretch goal.
Yeah, watch. They'll do that in the last week. These naughty dogs.
Or, and Carmen will accidentally leak it.
Drop it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oops.
I didn't mean to send that tweet out, and then you're just wait, save it.
Show me the.
Is it confirmed? So, first off, R.I.P. Robbie Coltrane, but is N. Carmine the Hagrid of Avalon Hill?
That's good. It's interesting.
Unless we all get invited to Hasbro HQ,
I should not have said.
And we have to meet at a train station, then maybe.
Oh, you guys didn't?
Oh.
I'm just playing.
Nice.
Because I know who Craig would be, and then Snape would be Patrick. Sorry, I had to do it.
Oh no.
Let it be known that was not me who roasted.
Yeah, no, that it's progressing now. Oh.
Hi, Patrick.
There we go.
We love you. We love you. We'll have you on someday here, Patrick, and then we can rub it in even more.
Oh man,
his name.
It's like, hey, don't listen to this podcast episode where we talk about
he listens
all
to
the
all
things
our
that
stuff.
make
He
fun of
listens
you.
to all our stuff, so he'll be laughing tomorrow. Okay, so moving on. Now we're coming to the end of this podcast, and what we do before we sign off is we look at some of the comments from the previous YouTube upload from last week's previous what was I saying? I lost the word. God, my head is breaking.
Last
I know
week's YouTube
what
video.
you're saying.
Yeah.
The last podcast.
Yeah, from last podcast, and that was Craig. Not Craig. I'm done.
Chris.
I'm done.
And
Chris.
Carmine.
Yes, Chris and Carmine's interview last week. See,
The Crimson Angel himself.
I'm losing it. I need to take a drink.
The Rubius Hagrid of Avalon Hill himself, R.I.P. Robbie Coltrane.
I'm broken. Okay. Now, yes, comments. So what I'm going to do first is, because we do have a few comments from people, and I'm going to, and again, thank you everybody for commenting, for watching. The support is just, I always love it. But I am going to mention a comment on YouTube, because someone did comment, or not YouTube, Facebook. I'm losing it tonight. It's lost. It's gone, my mind. James Davis says on Facebook, and wrote this underneath what I posted, so I'm just going to say, really cool. Love the story of Craig fitting in Heroscape into daily conversations. Glad to know I am not the only one. Yeah, that was kind of interesting thing Chris said about Craig just dropping the name Heroscape,
bringing it up
to
constantly.
everybody, because he really wants this. And again, I think
it's his child,
all
like
of us
you
who
gotta
love Heroscape really want this for him. Really want it badly for him. And,
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
I mean, and I don't mean to be sentimental or super sentimental about it, but like as I was watching the basic play video, right, with the Bears versus Bugs, like listen to how Craig just like laughs and like how happy he is, like teaching them how to play, like because they don't play that often, so he was teaching them how to play, and he was having an absolute blast. And I'm like, man, I want this for you so bad, dude. Like I want you to get this game back because you've he spent 12 years trying to get it back. You know what I mean? Imagine how many people he bugged, and everyone's just like, oh, no, I don't think it's good, or no, we don't have the money, or whatever reason they gave to not bring Heroscape back. It took him 12 years, right? And now he has this chance, and it's like you can see he's super excited about it. So I was like, what a bro, you know? Like I want this for him. So
yeah. And it proves the fact too is that, you know, you playing the game is fun, but watching the game being played and watching people have fun playing the game is just a joy on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whenever I would introduce like friends to it and how quickly they pick it up and they end up having a great time and then beating me, because here's the thing about all the intergalactic Patrick slander, it's because I am trash at Heroscape. So I'm just trying to deflect. But you know, just seeing the joy in their eyes.
Projection there.
Yeah, it's totally projecting. But yeah, when you introduce it to new people and they pick it up so fast because it's an easy game to pick up, and you just see like the spark in their eyes, and then like knowing that it's Craig's baby, and then he gets to see that, like that's sick.
Right.
Like if/when it funds at Gen Con next year, I think it's gonna be magical.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It's going to be so cool.
And Undead Pick is asking me, when will Patrick be the guest host? You want you want Patrick to come here and take my job? Yeah, probably. If I'm stumbling over my words anymore, I probably will need another host to do this for me. But Patrick on as a guest, TBD. Let's just say TBD. And hashtag back for Craig. And Undead Pick says, I personally pledged for 3 sets. Well, bless you, Undamned. Thank you so much.
We salute you. Thank you for backing.
Yes, absolutely.
Bringing this dream to life.
All right, now let us do the YouTube comments here.
Ringo Starr concerts are temporary. Heroscape Age of Annihilation is for at least the next 2 years.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
Until everything's annihilated by Thorman.
Yeah. Well, they wrapped up that storyline quick.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
Got that lore question answered, apparently. All right, Zesty Aardvarks. Thank you, Zesty Aardvarks. And the first time I think they've commented on the Tales of Hell YouTube page. Thank you so much. It says, I love this conversation and how deep and Carmine's digging into Heroscape to make it work and feel fleshed out. Yes, it was a wonderful interview. It really was. Everything from a map compass to the existential timey-wimey implications of being summoned to Valhalla. But I gotta correct him when he says he never said the Clockwork and Ironclad ever fought on Noxtorma. Yeah, because that was something he said that kind of blew our minds. Night Adjuster Oberon is one of the most veteran members of the entire Clockwork Combine, and he's saying this in quotations here. Having been on the front lines of Noxtorma when the wars against the Ironclad Collective first began. Either way, I'm excited. Always been a huge believer in Heroscape's potential as an IP. Literally anything is possible given the interest and time to realize. Once we're over this first big hurdle, I think it'll be smooth sailing into a long prosperous life for Heroscape. We can only hope. We can only hope. Thank you, Zesty.
I'm older now. I can actually help.
Right, I can actually go out and buy it by myself.
Heroscape was around when okay, I mean, I'm not going to age myself. But I was
aging all of us. What are you talking about?
I said I'm a kid. I was a kid. There we go.
We were all kids playing this, except for Ryan
and Jason. We were in our
and
20s
Jason
when Jason was kicking my butt in this game.
No, that's the thing. It's like I got Heroscape for like birthday presents. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
That'll probably date me pretty good.
If you're listening to this on the audio podcast, you won't see that, but yes. Yeah.
That's a Tommy Omnibot, in case you're curious.
Wow.
Let's go. I will say to whoever, wait, who's this person? I totally to Zesty Aardvarks. I caught your Doctor Who reference. That didn't go unappreciated.
Oh, which one? Because
wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Little David Tennant action.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm named Patrick.
I'm just waiting
for this now.
Oh, you got a lot to go through if you put that on your list.
Yeah, no kidding. All right.
Watch Attack on Titan first.
Next comment.
Yes.
Okay, if I butcher names, I apologize. John Angelo. John Angelo says, this is another, again, first-time commenter on the Tales of Hell YouTube page. Thank you. This is a fantastic discussion. Thank you, and Carmine and Gents, for your dedicated time. I was with Scape since 04, and it blows my mind to see such a dedicated, talented, creative, intelligent fan base. Go on. What 11 years since the game's demise? You guys absolutely rock. ToV, I'm subscribed and looking forward to watching your stop motion efforts. Thanks again, everyone. H-E-H, or is that just Heh?
I think it's a signature. It might be a signature.
Okay.
It also might be a laugh. I don't know.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. Yes, and thank you for the sub. And then we have...
Yeah, no, it's...
Yeah.
Heroscape has a very talented community. I've always been super impressed with... Even back then, like, I want to say... I joined the forums in 2009, right? And, like, you go on the forums and seeing the customs and seeing all the maps and seeing all the... I mean, there was some... I can't remember who did it. Someone did an entire pirate ship set out. Like, they were doing, like, ship setups. There was, like... People were taking stuff like... what is it? The plants from aquariums and stuff like that. You ever go to an aquarium section, right? And you see those skulls and you see all the really cool stuff they put in fish bowls. People were taking that and turning it into Heroscape stuff. And it's just such a blast to go on the site and see the kind of cool stuff people would make. And yeah, no, this community's, the fact that they've been thriving the entire 12 years of the game's discontinuation is absolutely insane to me. And it's the primary reason why they're trying to get it back, because they saw us, they saw us and they're like, hey, these guys are still going. We really should give them the game back, So,
yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool. Like, our ingenuity, our creativity is what is bringing Age of Annihilation to the fore. So we really just have to, celebrate the community in itself for this to be even a thing in the future. So
you should work in PR.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We're trying. He's lore master. He is he's been my help in writing the script for ToV, and yeah, he definitely works well. I'd say under his pay grade, right? Under the pay grade or over the pay grade? I don't know. Whatever it is, you're more valuable than you get paid for. Let's just put it that way. All right.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Like I said, my mouth is just the brain-mouth connection is just
terrible.
Good,
man.
Yeah, tonight.
It happens. It happens.
That's live TV, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what live streams are for, right?
That's just how we roll.
The crazy weird stuff.
All right. One last comment there on YouTube. Prey Dragon, again, first-time commenter. Forgot to ask about. Prey Dragon must have been a commenter on Twitch. Forgot to ask about, is there a plan for Deathwalker 10K? You know what? I don't even have to ask Chris. There probably is.
There are,
I'd imagine.
Officially there should be, but unofficially there already is. It actually goes up to 12K. Or down further below in the 5K, 6K range. So.
I'd say
nice.
There are Deathwalkers all over the place.
So,
There's a Deathwalker in his chat.
That is all. Thank you everybody for supporting.
Oh yeah.
And feel free again, leave comments below if you're watching this on YouTube, and they will be talked about and addressed next time we're on a podcast for sure. Like I said, always love the support. Appreciate the support. Press the buttons. Not just for Tales of Hell, but all these guys too, and we'll get to that in a second, because we're winding down now on this podcast, and since Austin, you weren't really prepped for this, what we do now before finishing the podcast, the live stream, is I just go to everybody, and they give their final thoughts, as well as just call out your YouTube channel, where to go for people to find you. And before we do that, though, anything else that I might have missed that should be brought up before we get to that? Make sure I haven't missed anything.
Website, cards.
I mean, we could talk. I mean, no, we already talked about the app. I don't think if there was anything.
Rulebook, brain.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we covered a good bit of everything.
Sounds like anything forgotten is just more content.
Hey,
yeah.
Nice.
For future episodes.
Future. All right. And actually, you know what? And actually, I'll do this at my close. So how about we get to closing, and I'll give our guest first dibs first. So final thoughts, and tell everybody where to go
good heavens.
to find you, Austin.
Yeah, final thoughts. Thank you for having me on. It's been fun. It's been a jolly good time speaking with other people of the community and stuff, my fellow creators in the space. And yeah, I don't really have any more final thoughts. The Age of Annihilation characters are totally broken. Clockwork Combine forever. Every other faction's trash. Just kidding. Mostly. You can go to Tabletop Bro to take a look at the stuff that I've got going on. I do a lot more than just Heroscape. Heroscape's just one little slice of my portfolio, but I do make videos on it. Most recently, I did an interview with one Chris Nadeau and Intergalactic Patrick. You should totally check it out. I'm releasing little snippets of it because it's content and gets views. I'm just a shill for the numbers. If you're gonna do anything of all the clicking of the buttons that Ryan said, the most important one is to actually, besides subscribing, ring the bell, because then you get notified of when Ryan posts a new video. And when you get notified, if you are truly a fan of Ryan's, which you should be because he does good work, then you'll get notified when he posts. And then if you watch in that first 60-ish minutes, it helps feed the algo and stuff. So if you care, you should ring the bell. That's just a little bit of YouTube science for you. That's all I have. I'll pass the baton to... Who should I pass it to?
Joe.
I got the football here.
Let's go, Joe.
Let's go to Joe. Okay.
Joe,
Joe's to my right. Wait, no, shit. I'm so sorry! I made it 2 hours without swearing. Right at the close.
That's pretty good.
I'll know where to find it. All right.
Watching the stream when you do it.
We got bloops. We got bleepers.
Yeah, final thoughts. Boy, oh boy. Cards. We got the cards. Show me the cards. It happened. We got them. I still want the Ironclad cards. Specifically, the Hellforge would be great. Necrotech, Wraith Riders, and the Iron Lich Viscerat. Those three I am hoping to be number one. So, just so I can stomp on all of those Clockwork Combine.
Ooh. The mortal enemies.
Easily.
The gauntlet's been thrown down. It's fine. Cool. Talk all the smack that you want.
Yeah.
You know who's gonna beat you? Intergalactic Patrick.
Yeah. Well, I said that to Patrick because because I asked, somebody mentioned it, or somebody was mentioning that he was talking smack around the office, and he got smacked down. I'm like, I did the
You never
exact
talk
same
smack before a
thing.
match.
I did the exact same thing before Utz Cup. I was telling my girlfriend Jill, like, I can't wait to play you. Like, I'm gonna get you down, beat you one round. Like, I did all the smack talk, and I have it on film that I lost terribly to her. So
that's the way it goes.
It's how it happens. Yeah, so that's awesome. I'm so glad. I need to go through this rule book. And if anyone can find any rules for the, I don't think the trees are going to change. I think it's going to be defense from range. But the walls, they mentioned something about illusionary walls.
Yeah.
So I'm skimming through that to see if that pops up anywhere. So if anyone wants to leak that, that'd be great. And then, yeah. I'm going to be talking about the app this week. I'm going to have a video for all the must needs that I want. So, and I'm taking some things from Facebook. I did some kind of try to get feedback too if there's anything I'm missing from my own wants. So, I'm going to work on that this week. So, tune in to Joe Crazy 3193 on YouTube and find out.
March 1st, 1993.
Yep. Yeah, because sadly, Just Joe Crazy was already taken, and if you look that up, that person's got like 9 subscribers. So technically, if I had money, I could buy him out. but
Brutal.
I'm not that type of person.
Brutal.
So I had to put numbers.
You gotta own the name.
Yes, I do have to own the name, which I think I slipped into that. I think I slid into it.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Check out for the new content. And okay, I gotta look at the stream. Okay, I gotta throw the baton, which is now a football that it's on fire, so it's really hot. Hot potato. I gotta throw a big.
Remember, it's mirrored. No, you're throwing it at no one right now. Because it's mirrored on the stream. There you go.
Okay.
There you
I
go.
thought I had it right the first time.
No, you got it.
Right. Yeah. All right,
Wait.
Jeremy.
Wait.
Over
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, no, wait, it's wrong. Sorry, the stream delay.
Back to Jeremy. There you go.
I think I got it.
Wait, I went around the world. It's the other
Just
way.
catch it. No, other way, Jeremy. Other way.
got it.
There you go. Sorry, there's a stream delay.
It's on my I have it in my hand. All right, final thoughts. You actually reminded me, fun fact, when you mentioned trees and bushes, right? So Halucia, apparently if he attacks you while you're next to a tree or bush, you roll a one fewer defense die. So trees and bushes aren't going to be as OP as people think they are, because then you could just send a raging centaur to mess them up with that. So that was a funny thing they changed up. I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, final thought. Love the website design. Love the website redesign. Good stuff. I'm mainly just glad. Like I personally, I wasn't like super scrutinizing the website personally. I'm just excited for new Heroscape. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I'm super just like stoked for it in general. So every little itty bitty info drop, I'm like, oh woo, I'm like I get super hyped. So, but the new website, for me, what it says is that they're paying, they're listening to us, and I think that's the most important part. A lot of people did say they think it was bad design in the beginning because it wasn't really enticing new players, and so they adjusted the whole thing to address that, and that's huge. That's huge for a community. That's huge for a dev team to do that for the community. So I want to say thank you to Avalon Hill team, the Hasbro Pulse team, for getting that set up for us, because that was really nice to see the change. With the rule books and everything and the cards. Cards look awesome. Definitely want to try to play test that at some point with some friends. I'm gonna be actually this week, as I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna be at the local game store this week. I'm gonna be playing some Heroscape there. And I have some friends from work and some local friends who are interested in Heroscape, so I told them to meet me there at the game store, and I'm going to teach them how to play. And I'm actually going to be handing out flyers to kind of like spread the word. So I'm going to be like, hey guys, if you like this game, it's coming back. Here's a flyer, and trying to spread the word as much as the game store already has a poster up. So this poster you see behind me, I got this poster up in 3 different stores in my town. Nice. So I'm doing everything I can to spread the word and get people talking about Heroscape. So super excited to see the return from that, or at least the conversation going, right? And okay, so I will say the lore video, that put a fire under me, like because I've been wanting to do lore content for a while on my channel to kind of catch. I've seen a lot of people, they're like, where is this from, or what is this from, and everyone, there's a lot of people who do memorize some of the Thorman's journals, and they'll be like, well, this is from chapter 5, and not everyone did that, right? And it's totally fine, right? Not everyone's read the Thorman journals. I want to do something to kind of review the past storyline and catch everyone up, right? So please look forward to that. I got some pretty cool ideas, and I'm probably going to borrow some of Baldermort's voice now, because he's technically the voice of Thorman. So I'm like, since he's going to be the voice of Thorman, might as well use it, right? And try to get some more of that cool aesthetic, because he definitely nails it. He nails it on the head. He did such a good job for Thorman, and you can feel the rage in that man's voice. It's super cool. So I love it. In character, not out of character, but in character you can hear his rage. So it's pretty cool. And that I think for me, I'm just, like I said, and what I've been saying. If you can back this, please consider backing this. If you can't back this, which I absolutely understand, financial reasons otherwise, share it with everyone you know, right? Because that still helps, right? Even if I know a lot of people have social media. Make some posts, right? Post on your Twitter, post on your Facebook, post on your TikTok. Like just talk about it, right? That helps out. That does help out. Trust me, it spreads the conversation. It gets the conversation going, and you never know where your post will go. That actually rhymes really cool. Never mind. I did not plan that, but yeah, you never know where your post will go. make stuff for it, right? And before you know it, who knows, you might get some people to back through your post, which is essentially you're contributing to the cause. So consider doing that, and it does help everybody. And yeah, let's get this thing going. So you can catch me on YouTube, catch me on Twitch, the Eslam Collate, right? I go live every random time because work is weird, and so I don't have a good schedule yet, but I am on Twitch playing some games and talking about Heroscape there. I got content on YouTube, and you can find me on Twitter, all _Eslam. Find me there and ask me any lore questions you might have. So, all right, hot potato. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can. Oh, actually, it works. I can
just right below you.
Down.
Yeah, drop it on me.
Just like
right onto his new desk.
Right onto the new desk. fiery.
Gotta go at some point. But
Yep.
if it makes you feel any better, Joe, I've waited 20 years for the guy who owns my .com name, my personal name and a .com address, to screw up and not renew it, and he hasn't screwed up yet. So I'm still waiting from the day
Oh no!
not renew that DNS or renew his website registration. I got to snag that thing from him. I've been waiting 20 years
nice.
for it. No. But yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. It's cool to see we got rules, some of the new cards, and of course more of the angry little furry woodland creature rules, even if that's intentional or not. We'll find out someday. But yeah, it's cool to see how things are progressing with the game. I'm liking what I'm seeing, and well, hopefully things keep moving in the right direction. So I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield. You can find my content either Rocker Robotics on YouTube or head over to tabletopbattlefield.com. And once again, Caladagia.com or Empire Under Siege will take you to where you can purchase a copy of Legends of Caladagia, my space combat miniatures game.
Dude, you crushed that.
Nice.
I say that stuff a lot.
He does this stuff often. And and yes, so yeah, again, press all the buttons, subscribe, do all the things that you need to do in order to give these guys some support.
Bell.
Smash the bell. Yeah.
Yep.
Bell is the only one that
Smash the
matters.
bell. Press all the buttons and bells, and yeah, ring the bells, smash the buttons, and all that wonderful stuff. I'm Ryan, Tales of Valhalla, and got a few things to say before we close tonight. And I'm going to read a couple of the comments here live as well in a second. But first off, I just want to say, like Undamp Pick is saying, I need 400 more points for Sing mode, maybe next week. And I just want to comment on that a second. It's like, okay, wonderful. I got to think up of those rules when we get to that. But there is one thing I got to announce, that next Sunday there will not be a ToV live happening. I plan to take a week off because next weekend is me and my wife's 13-year wedding anniversary. And so I haven't, since July, basically, since ScapeCon, I haven't really had a break. And after finishing episode 7 of ToV, I kind of need one before I start editing all of the last 3 episodes of Season 3. And so I just need some time with family. And so next weekend, not going to be, but we'll be back the Sunday after, and going to be something special happening probably on that Sunday, as well as leading up to, and that'll be like the next, like that week and a half will be leading up to the countdown of the crowdfunding campaign, and we're going to be all over that. And just because I won't be live streaming doesn't mean I won't be active. Look in these next 2 weeks just to be seen. I'll be uploading some videos and maybe certain segments of Chris's interview as well. I'll probably be editing those, so keep an eye out on the Tales of Valhalla YouTube page for like behind the scenes stuff for that stuff, because I'll be at work on that. And yeah, let me get to. I just want to, because there was something that was said here. Not lots of things said, but let's see here. We got okay. Undamp Pick says this: I'm going to be devastated if this doesn't fund. Now
it will fund. I believe.
I just want to take a moment, real quick, because I think about this a lot, and I even have had people ask me. It's like, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's going to fund or doesn't fund? And I'm like, to me, it could happen either way. It could happen either way. Anticipate either happening, and you got to face both with with the sense of just understanding, no matter what happens, never give up hope, and always pull through it. Because yes, things will change either way, but it should never stop you from pursuing these things. This is how I always sign off my videos now. You have a purpose in your life, find it, pursue it, and live it. I came up with that quote around this time last year when I was just coming off surgery in the hospital, and it was in the hospital for a month, just figuring out how to use a permanent ostomy, going through a lot of nerve pain, and just realizing, okay, I have this basically chance now to start living my life a little bit better, but it's still going to be a struggle. Never give up hope in anything you do. There's a lot of people that can say, oh, just quit right now. You shouldn't pursue, these things. You don't have it in you. You're tired all the time. You're fatigued all the time. It doesn't matter what scenario, whether it's in your own life, whether it's in your own health, whether it's you trying to support a game that's been dead for the past 12 years. Don't give up hope. Never give up hope. If there's still seconds left on that countdown clock, and the odds are still stacked against it, don't give up hope. Whoa, what happened?
No, Austin's cat
turned off his PC, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So it was,
You're
giving this nice, serious speech, and Joe and I are just laughing here, trying to.
No, yeah, you had a really good moment. We didn't want to interrupt, but
That's
he
fine.
freeze framed in this it was just
I know, I tend to not look at the screen when I'm doing that. That's okay. This has been quite a hilarious. Is he gonna come back on? Is he coming back on? I don't know.
No, you're finishing up, so he said he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he's just going. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
And I'll close it to that. I'm trying to think what else needs to be said. But no, I really appreciate Austin for coming on. Hopefully he can come back on sometime in the future. Austin, like I said, if you're still watching this, you are always welcome for sure. It was wonderful having you on board tonight, and hopefully I'll have you in the future. And I think that's all I got to say. Like I said, these guys have got plans. We're still gonna do whatever we can do to get this backed. And again, a grain of rice can tip the scale. One person could be the difference between pass and fail in this. So just keep at it, and just stay focused, stay positive. And with that, again, no ToV live next week. Gonna take a break. And so we will see you guys basically 2 Sundays from now, ToV live, coming back at it. And again, always appreciate you guys being on. And so I'll finish how I always finish with this. You have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye now.
Bye.
See you later.